Hello, everyone, and welcome to GTA 5. Yes, we are back on this possibly broken game. We think it's going to be broken again, because why would anything be fixed in this game that has worked for years and then of late has decided to all of a sudden not work? Yeah, we are back with some GTA 5 nonsense. The usual chaos has gone on at the car park. I was already dead, so, you know, I guess that's fine. Things have exploded. The police have turned up. Now, okay, we can try and get you connected. If you want to send a message to Ewan, whose name is third on the list at the moment, someone's throwing a smoke bomb or tear gas at me. Not even sure who that is. But, yeah, if you send a message to Ewan on Xbox, he will try and get you connected into the... If it's not working, then we will go load a session up. I'm trying to beat up Lado with a candy cane. You know, Lado, the hiding in the bushes, less effective, A, when you're in a yellow jacket, and B, with a nameplate over your head. I'm trying to go for... Oh, there we go. We all just go... Ladder's going to get shot by police, I think, at this point. Oh, dear. Right. Yep. It's gone predictably. You can try and send a message to Ewan. We'll try and get you connected. It may or may not work. We can give it a try and see what happens. If it doesn't work, we will load up a game and then try again once we've got a session loaded. We're just going to run away. I think the option for us is going to be nick the purple G-Wagon. I feel like of all the getaway cars in the world that I could have used, a purple G-Wagon is amongst the worst. Oh, I wanted to land on the... Oh, damn it. Actually, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I did not realise that it fell quite so quickly into the water, but I believe we can still use this. This is where I was trying to get to anyway, so one way or another, we've got to where we needed to be. Regardless, it's GTA 5 time. It's been a little while, actually, since we have done a GTA 5 stream. And, yeah, there'll be some racing, there'll be some sinners. I don't know quite why it says it's a private session going on. It shouldn't do that. Yeah, that's literally the best... The best we can come up with is it shouldn't be doing this. The presumption is that somewhere along the lines, the way these sessions are being now made private has broken. Because it used to be the case you could just randomly join even private sessions. But now, when you are inviting people who are getting invites aren't being allowed to join. It's all a bit weird. Someone sent mercenaries on Lado. You know, I could start a race, or we could wait and see if the mercenaries kill Lado. Hey, Night Owls. Can I have a lift? I like the wing. I like the wing on the Maserati. You know, a mighty wing is always a good thing. The fire brigade have turned up, because of course they have. Or is that Lado? I don't know. That is a genuine fire brigade truck, by the looks of it. I don't quite know what it was trying to use the, you know, water cannon for at that point. It was just randomly firing it at traffic. I don't know what's going on over here. The police have caused utter carnage. Where even is a Ladosaurus? Where are the... Well, Lado's over there, and somehow hasn't been shot by mercs. Whoa! Oh, did Lado call them mercenaries on me? Maybe. Well, I'm going to go for the runaway. I guess we should probably load up. But I've misread the message. Shall we go and load a race? Well, you can never have a sensible start to a race, ever. It's just impossible. Or a sensible start to a session, I should say. We can't have a sensible start to a race either, but we definitely can't have a sensible start to a session. Where shall we go to? You know what? We haven't gone here for a little while. We haven't gone here. We're going to go to the Donington Park circuit. Ninetales is showing off their stunt skills in the background. That was impressive. A nice launch across some buildings. Yes, let's go and load up a race. And then we will try and get people connected again. Donington Park, always a good circuit. Good circuit in real life. Good circuit. The version we have in GTA is good. Have had some fun races here in the past. Let's just set that. Right. We will invite... Oh, for God's sake. All from the current session. Now, we don't quite know what's going to happen with the invites. So, if you want to take part tonight, Ewan is the person, as ever, to message alongside where we have highlighted here. You can send you a message. You will have to be playing on Xbox. You will need the enhanced version of GTA if you wish to take part. We'll try and get as many of you connected as we can. We might have issues, basically. We are, fingers crossed, not going to have too many issues, but we might do. Apollo, do you want to say hello to everybody? No? Did not think so. You are just happy to sit there. Okay, we have got some people connecting. Good news. I have a dog who is after a fuss. Buddy, you had a really long walk and you got to go and chase a ball around. Oh, and you've fallen over. You really are a FailRace dog. You basically just rolled over. Not that I haven't trained you to do. I should probably train you to do that command. You can do some commands. I know you're not going to do them now. Because, not that no one could see. And the one that people could hear if I told you to speak. Speak? You know what it means. It's because I've got no treats for you. Oh, hello. You've headbutted the microphone and me. You're being very affectionate tonight, aren't you? I know you want to come sit on my lap, but you can't. There's not quite enough space. You can. He's a big dog, but he still can. However, he can't with the microphone in the way. Don't lick the microphone. Hello. I have no idea whether any of that is coming through the microphone. Oh, I'm getting sniffed a lot. Yes, hello, Apollo. You are being... Oh, and now we've got the bite. Well, little biting. What are you doing? You weird dog. Right, go on. Hold on. Gonna have to get... Come on, you gotta come up. No, I'm just getting bitten again. It is my turn to have the Distracto dog. Properly Distracto dog is going on here. It has... Well, Lado's dog was Distracto dog, or Lado's neighbour's dog. Was the Distracto dog last stream. It's my turn to have Distracto dog now. Apollo. Just licking my hand. You're a weird dog. You're a weird dog. He's all hyper. Don't quite know why. Said you've had a good day. You've had an adventurous day. Right. What are we doing? Some racing. Yes, I'm sorry, Apollo. Look, I was just being polite. I was just giving you a bit of a fuss. You don't have to go be a lunatic. Okay. We will go for 6. Yeah, let's go 6 laps with some compact cars. Sure. None of the settings were right because Apollo bumped the controller and it was just left with whatever it loaded in as. Not that it just didn't really matter too much. Right. I think that's all good. We are getting people connected. We will give folks a minute to hopefully try and join. We're hoping invites are going to work. We really don't know what's going to happen at all with any of this. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. In fact, the donation that came in before the stream started on this one, saying haiku to celebrate a return to... haiku to celebrate return of a GTA stream after 2 hiatuses. Hiatuses? I don't know what the plural of that is. Alex, not well, a chew. Lado, mad. Gliska, she cool. Play GTA now. Well, we have got GTA now. I am much better. I am much better today, which is good. Also, PS, can we race suitable for traffic mayhem for all of today? We have some maps that can have traffic on. I don't know how many maps we have that can have traffic on. A lot of the tracks have sky circuits or have it intentionally locked to be turned off, but we can have some traffic-based chaos. Also saying there is no cult here. There is. I can see the cult of 1p is back on the donation bar. Yeah, I don't know if we've got any other people wanting to take part in today's session. As I said, if you do want to join, Ewan is a person to message alongside where we have highlighted. You can send you a message. We will try and get you connected at various points throughout the stream if GTA is going to work, which we don't know, really. At this point, we are not 100% sure because GTA is being a bit weird. Shall we get started? The dog has left us alone. Let's go for a race. Let's go and see what happens, really. The final chicane, so this is the Donington, like the short circuit, or national circuit, I guess, however you want to call it. So the final chicane is sketchy. The rest of the lap, you get a couple of good overtaking opportunities. You get some longer straights, you can get some slipstream and all of that kind of thing. But the final chicane is the scary part. The final chicane is where it's probably going to be some cars launched about. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can have a wonderfully clean race, you know. We're always hopeful that we can. Whether we will or not is anyone's guess, but here we go. It is time to go racing. I think Shadow may have missed the boost start behind us. I am on the outside for turn 1. I mean, that's fine. We can try and get a little bit of a sneaky curb boost through there. Lado is going to look to the inside, but oh, forgot the club's a little oversteery. Don't hit the hay bale. That will. A, there's bound to be crashes at the final chicane, and B, there's definitely going to be crashes on the hay bales on the corner apexes at some point through here. Liam carried good speed through there. We are going to have a look to the inside. We will pass Lado for the lead of the race. Ninetails is going to get the slipstream. We'll now get to the lead. So yeah, this is where we have got to make a choice, and on the first lap of the race I'm not going to fight unnecessarily through there, because at the end of the day I'm better off being patient, waiting my time and getting the slipstream towards the start finish line. In fact, through there you can go too wide through the final chicane. It is actually doable, it's just not really recommended. Ninetails is going to be a bit too far back, I think, to have a look through there on this lap. So yeah, it's a little bit spread out further back. They're going to stay, because we have slipstream and catch up, of course, turned on, and because it's quite a fast circuit, it's quite powerful. So there's going to be a big group of cars fighting at most times around here. We've got a good, well, actually no, we've got a little bit stacked up through all of there. We might be able to get a run to the inside into the chicane. We will try and pass everybody, which was brave. No, it kind of actually worked out quite well for us. Gliska goes to give us a bump draft, does not work. Oh, got to try and make it into turn 1 one way or another, which we do eventually. Ewan with the better run, so you can get a slipstream run from the chicane to the finish line. Useful information, stuff we need to know when it comes to the latter stages of the race. However, you can't be too far back. It's not the biggest run from the final corner to the finish line, so yeah, you're going to have to pick and choose your moments, I think, for it. You don't want to be too far back coming out of the chicane. We've got now to the outside, but no slipstream for us. Mute is here. Ninetails, I mean, there was a gap, but it was only really very briefly a gap there. We are through the chicane, but struggle to get the acceleration out the other side. It does finally kick in. Lado is there. I mean, we'll give some space on the inside. Yeah, at this point in the race, no point in fighting like crazy for this. There's no need. We'll give plenty of space to cars having a look around at this one. Oh, and like that. I was... It's not quite in the right position. It's not quite in the right position. Ninetales is going to have a look. Yeah, I mean, we could have covered the inside, but even if we covered the inside, Ninetales would just go around the outside. Oh, that was the tiniest of tags that should not have done that, but never mind. That's fun. Okay, Lado and Glisco a little bit of a breakaway. I have got momentum. We will get through the middle of this. Carry speed into the last chicane. Hope we can get in the slipstream, which we cannot quite. We're going to bring the whole pack anyway towards the front. 2 more laps to go around here. I made it a little bit of a shorter race than perhaps intended. Forgot how quick the lap was around this Donington Park-ish circuit. That's a chuck sideways through there. Actually not really all that helpful. He lost too much momentum. Oh, I think Charles may have got a tag from someone. That almost ended in disaster. Thankfully it didn't, but it was very close to an absolute disaster. We are going to carry a lot of speed through there, and we will maintain our 4th position. There is a car to the inside. I think that's level 8. Having a look. Can't quite make a pass work. I mean, we've got loads of momentum, but there's just not... Oh, apologies. Second you make a little bit of contact through there, just all the cars just suddenly stop steering, and there's so little you can do. It's final lap race. It looks like it's going to piss it down with rain as well. Not that that's going to affect this lap. The chicane is about to be madness, I think. I mean, we can't be 7th coming out of the chicane. You're never winning the race from back there. Lado is out a little bit wide. We needed to be closer because we've just got no slipstream here. That's the problem. So we were on the wacky line. Just there was no slipstream for us. Oh dear. Okay. Well, yeah, that was an impressive, essentially a hip check on mute. Completely unintentional. I carried as much speed as I could through the corner, but it was always going to be a problem. No. No, it's not going to work. We were vulnerable to Valtteri, so I actually drove it in really hard into that corner because I was worried about the car having a dive behind. Good attempt from Lado. I don't think it's going to work. I think we are going to just about beat Lado, which we did. It is Danger Man that takes victory. Level 8 is 2nd. Glisker is 3rd. Liam is 4th. Childish, we are 6th. Then Lado, Valtteri, Ewan, and Mute round out the top 10. Ninetales ends up in 11th. Ugh. I mean, there was... We could outrun Lado to the line, but that was all we could do. It was just a long line of cars, a big slipstream fest. I'm actually surprised Danger Man managed to hold on. I guess the move across the track was enough to break the toe for that one. So well done to Danger Man. Yeah, once we fell back, it was really difficult to recover with just a lap to go for us. We tried, but we were just a little bit too stuck in the middle of the pack. The bookmark is all... Sure, we can bookmark the... It's already bookmarked. I didn't mean to press that button, but I will take it. The Easter Bunny, thank you very much for the donation, saying Santa's been on Elfline rabbiting on about you all being naughty, so therefore I demand a chocolate refund. Give me chocolate now. Sure, I guess. Not that I don't have any Easter eggs, actually, so there's no chocolate here. I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place. I'm sure somebody does have chocolate somewhere in the audience, but unfortunately, I do not. Chris, thank you for the donation. Saying can't be there tonight, but did you know in the show Keeping Up Appearances, the main car is a 1986 Rover 216. Was 2 identical models made after one was crashed in season 1. Both cars have never existed on the TVLA website. I guess that makes sense, kind of, in that I'm going to presume that... So, it's for a TV show. I guess they don't have to potentially register them in the same way. Because, yeah, if they're never going to be on the road, well, I guess they don't have to be registered, but I did not know that. I did not know that that was a thing. So there we go. We always learn something new from the random weird car facts that Chris brings to these streams. You never know. You never know what you're going to end up finding out from those. All right, I guess, you know what, we'll go again. We'll go again with a slightly longer race here. 10 laps with the sports cars. I can't remember what the sports cars are for this one. We will give it a try. We will give it a try. If you're just tuning into the stream, welcome. The game is still a bit broken. We're still having difficulties getting the lobbies to work properly. You can still message Ewan. We'll try and get you invited, connected when at all possible. Seems to have more luck in the lobby screens like this rather than the free roam session that just seems to be completely busted. And I definitely want to sneeze. But we have choices of cars. Massacro, the Schlong, or the Spectre, the VSTR, Drafter. Well, I mean, we're going to drive the Schlong just because it's funny. I know that's not actually what it's called, but it's what I'm going to call it. So, so there we go. It seems like a good idea to me. I don't even know what the fastest car from that selection was going to be, but we will go with this. Freddie asking how to get the boost off the start. It's to do with timing when you jump on the throttle. You have to. It's one of those things that now you've said that, I do it automatically, and now I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, you basically do it, but you jump on the throttle between the 1 and the go, and that's the best way to describe it. And if I try to think about it, that's when I'm going to mess it up. It's just one of those, when you've done as many GTA races as I have done, it just becomes an instant. And even then, you do still sometimes get it wrong. Like, it is still easy. It does still happen where you will make mistakes with it. It's a little bit more lenient in time than some games with like their boost starts and all that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Ninetales is going to have a look at getting past. Don't know what car's going to be faster on the exit. So we've got Childish is in the same Mercedes as us. Liam has the Retro Elegy that will take the lead of the race. Ninetales representing the Massacro. We will maybe get the car through there. So these considerably faster than the clubs from the first race. So what were easy flat-out corners in the Golf are a little bit different now. Up here, oh god, bloody understeer. Oh, I say understeer mid-corner. I turned in and it was fine, and I got on the throttle, and we just get a little bit. I've got to be a bit more careful through that corner. Longboat is, of course, representing the Corvettes. We are to the inside. Oh, into the last chicane. Yeah, I got stacked up a little bit through there. Got a bit sideways. Longbow with a very loud interior going on there. Oh, there's another car to the inside. Sure, I mean, the more the merrier in terms of the lead fight. Why not have about 10 cars vying for the lead? There's no way that's ending in a massive crash. It is. If you've seen enough of the GTA races we do, 10 cars battling for the lead is only ending one way, and that way is a huge accident. Yep, 4 cars wide up here is never likely to go well. We are not. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I was about to say, oh, okay. Well, we're upside down. We definitely came off. I can't even. Game, could you roll my car over? Thank you. About to say we're not gonna understeer into somebody, but no. Instead, car's head was slightly slower than I was expecting them to be, and there was ended up being an accident anyway. That's just not a good corner for me today, apparently. Right. At least we have a lot of laps. Like, that is the one crumb of comfort we have got, is there is quite a lot of laps to try and recover. Surprisingly large gaps in the field, which makes me suspect some chaos may have gone on earlier. It's probably a fairly good bet that some amount of chaos has happened, probably at the chicane. Okay. Let's just run wide. Oh, I did say somebody was going to hit the inside hay bale. That's not the one I necessarily expected to be hit quite like that, but it was hit pretty hard. And car spun off. Hello, Lado. We'll work together with Lado. So we'll work together with anybody that looks like we might be able to drag our way back to the front of the field. The front is on a million miles away, and I do think I have a good car here to try and work our way forward. Now, patience down this part, because that'll happen if you're not careful. Big kick of oversteer. We've got a bit of speed, but not going to really be in the right place to do anything with it. Don't hit the inside hay bale. Car ahead is sliding. We have a great amount of speed on the exit. We should be able to make that work. I think that might have been the frantic honking of someone trying to steer away from an accident, and, well, got away with it just about, and then did not get away with that one. That was a little ambitious at that point. That was, yeah, not very good. And unfortunately, we are a long way back from the leaders, which is not ideal. Can we? I mean, I can see the leaders. They're heading up the hill. It's not the biggest hill in the world. All right, Lado, let's go. Let's go. We've got to work together. So I'm not fighting Lado for position at the moment. So we are technically, but I will not. I do not want to slow Lado down, and realistically, Lado doesn't want to slow me down either. Our best chance at doing well here is to work together. And I know me and Lado trying to work together is a terrible idea. It normally just ends in a crash. However, we are going to try and work together. Although Lado's a little bit too far back. I was hoping that car. So when I say work together, for those that maybe have seen less GTA races and so on, what I mean by that is Lado will use the slipstream to go past my car in a straight line. When it goes past my car, I will then use the slipstream to leapfrog back past again. And we keep doing this until we catch up to the next group of cars, and hopefully, in the end, we catch up to the leaders. It does work to help make progress. You know, I don't want to slow Lado down. I don't want to battle. I don't want to have to try and defend and take funky lines, because my whole goal is to make it towards the next group of cars. Unfortunately, it looks like either the Spectre is struggling a little bit for pace, which is possible. We've just got no slipstream. Why did the slipstream just not work down there? I was hoping we could have got Valtrack into turn 1, but nope, it just decided no slipstream for me, so it's going to be just annoying. I think this is the lead battle that we are coming up to. Oh, and there has been an accident there between Longbow and a Danger Man. Oh, there has been an accident between a Mute and a Tyre Bundle and a Level 8, and that's a horrible place to end up trying to read. That's just the worst. There's not actually very much that could have been done there, because the car was spun across the track anyway, so it was sort of a case of, well, you've got to try and move the car, but that is a horrible place to have to try and rejoin, because there is little in the way of good ways to rejoin. Okay, so Liam's miles out in front. The whole front of this pack has got really spread out. I feel like we've done quite well to get up to 4th. It's just, if we can go any further than this, not sure about that, really. Because, yeah, Liam's a long way out in front. I was hoping that the leaders were still attached to this group, essentially. But no, they are not. Liam's in backmarker traffic, I think that's what's up there. And then we've got Ewan ahead of Childish. I mean, if we have a good lap, we could maybe get in the toe of the red car. There's a chance at a podium with a really good lap. We do seem to have dropped the pack behind. Ooh, that was carrying a lot of speed down there. A little bit too much speed. I mean, we are catching on Liam, of course. The catch-up will, funnily enough, do its thing. Will allow us to reel them in. But I think it's going to be too... I don't know what on earth went on at the front to spread it out in this manner. We don't normally see this for good reason. I have a feeling Ewan's been very unlucky and got tangled with a back marker somehow. Not quite sure what's gone on there to cause that one, but there we go. There's been more shenanigans. I think that was Danger Man visiting some bits of scenery. Oh, I got the power too soon in that. Oh, there's a sticky out bit of wall there. I think. Don't quite know what Ewan pinged off of. Well, I'm going to guess there's a sticky out bit of wall either way, because, yeah, Ewan was fine on the outside, and then all of a sudden Ewan wasn't. Ugh. What did you... I'm just watching it back on the street. Oh, no, actually, no, it wasn't even the bridge. It wasn't like it was a... like a solid wall, because it wouldn't have spat the car out in such a smooth way. But there we go. Oh, Lado made it up to 4th. Hey, nicely done. Nicely done, Lado. Yeah, I mean, we didn't quite get to work together at the end. I think the schlong was a bit quick. However, it did end up working. We ended up 3rd, and Lado ended up in 4th. Liam takes victory. We would get fastest lap of the race in that one, mostly because I think we had laps on our own, and we had some slipstream on those laps. So, yeah, we were flying around at that point. Ugh. I'll take it, considering a bad start. Decent enough recovery. We did kind of do a little bit of working together, and that, yeah, kind of propelled us along up into a decent spot. But yeah, Lado is 4th. Ewan's unlucky, actually. Ends up down in 9th after that. Was battling with me for the podium spots. Valtrack is 5th, ahead of level 8. Then Mute, Dangerman, Ewan, and Longbow would round out the top 10 in this one. Yeah, was... an interesting. I mean, it's always a fun circuit, that one, to drive around, to race around. Always hectic, that is for sure. CJ85, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, fun fact, David Jason's Blue Sierra from A Touch of Frost registration plate came off a grey Mitsubishi. Well, there we go. Are we going to have, like, random film and TV cars registration plate trivia today? Is that what we're going to... It's a very niche topic. I mean, it is information that I had absolutely no idea about. So, you know, we laugh and joke, but it is new information, just not the information I perhaps expected to be hearing about on a Sunday evening, afternoon, or a really early Monday morning for any of the Aussies. Or say really early, fairly early. Monday morning for the Aussies in chat and all of that. Yeah, we are an invite-only session. Of course we are. I don't know what's going on with this. Right, let's have a look at a race. Where shall we go next? Let's go on to the second page of races. Let's not go there. You know what? Oh, this was a good race, actually. I don't think we've ever done this one in a stream. I mean, I liked this track. It was a okay, this isn't a completely wacky circuit. In as far as it's not like the oval of Misfortune and a Jolly Boot of those style circuits, but it could be interesting for a stream race, actually. Do that. Right, let's go. From last job, let's get everybody all invited. Now, if you do want to take part, there are still plenty of spaces. Do not worry. You can send a message to Ewan, whose game tag is one of the... Well, oh, there we go. Ewan, whose game tag is second on the list. Look at that. Yeah, if send Ewan a message on Xbox and you are playing the enhanced version of GTA, you will be able to take part in this. Yeah, we've got some spaces. The servers are being a bit derpy. I think I did see where we're going to get a warning. Where did it go? I've lost it in chat. It's scrolled up. We're going to get a warn for, is it for Shadow Killer for... maybe? What's that? I don't know. don't actually see the name currently in the... I don't know who it was. Essentially, if you do end up being a lap down, if you could keep out of the way of the lead lap cars. I know sometimes accidents do happen, sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes lead cars do catch you at really awkward points. That does occur. But if you are being lapped, please do keep out of the way of lead lap cars. We don't want, a great battle for the lead being interrupted by a leader getting taken out by someone a lap down. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just polite. It is just nice to stay out of the way of those battles as best as you can. Yeah, it is greatly appreciated. I don't know actually who Ewan hit then in all of that, but there we go. Michael the Kiwi, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, Mark Twain once said, "Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence in society." Buy FailRace clothing merch. Yes, I, you know what? Go for it. An unusual sort of quote to use, but yeah, Lado, you'll be impressed with me. I even put I think now I'm not sure. I did put the link to the FailRace store in the description of the stream. Yep, the failrace.co.uk for all of your FailRace merch needs. It has not been eaten by Apollo. He doesn't have access to it. Otherwise, it probably would be. So, you will get an un-Apollo chewed hoodie or T-shirt, etc. Andrew, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, in 1940, while working as a street painter for the city of Los Angeles, Charles D. Scanlon designed a hollow conical marker to keep cars from driving over wet paint. He patented the rubber traffic cone in 1943. Boo that. I mean, I could give you a boo. However, that is a new fact. I don't know why I assumed the traffic cone was older than that. I just did. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I presumed that it was, but there we go. There is some new, again, more new information that I did not know before this evening. Shall we go racing? We're going with the sports cars first. I'm going to go 5 laps. It's a long lap, but I think it's quite a fast lap from what I remember. We'll see. Might be a bit of a long race, but who knows? Right, that is all set. I mean, we can't. It's the game. No, it wouldn't. It wasn't going to allow me to run traffic on. Not that I think half the track's not actual on roads anyway. I mean, this time, must I say, no Apollo would snuggle with FailRace. Unlikely, although if I did leave it hanging around, a cat would absolutely end up using it as a bed one way or another. Because, in fact, I do have... Oh, well, that's a start. I do have... What is it that I have? I think I have an old... Basically, in my bedroom, I've got these... I don't even... storage things, essentially, that I have on a chest of drawers. And they're basically like a load of boxes. They're from IKEA. It's kind of like 4 boxes. And in one of them, I just have a bunch of old clothes that Cass went and turned into a little, like, cozy bed for himself. So yeah, he just loves life with his little cozy bed made up of old clothes. It's quite cute. Although currently, so he goes through like cycles of using it. His current favourite spot to sleep on is the bed. He's liking sleeping on the bed now. But at some point, I'm sure he will go back to his cozy nest of random old clothing. And if I stuck some FailRace merch in there at some point, it would probably get slept on by a Cass. And I mean, Eve, well, if Eve thought there was food in it, she would go sleep on whatever. I think they're both actually taking to sharing the bed at the moment. I don't know if anyone else's cats or pets do this, but my cats especially really cycle around where they sleep. Like they will rotate It might sometimes it can be like every week. Sometimes it can be months. They'll pick a certain spot and before moving on. But yeah, they kind of have their own little systems going on in all of this. Can we go for a big aerial overtake on Liam? I think we can. Indeed we do. That will put us to the lead of the race. Well, it looks like it's just me and Liam racing at the moment. Everybody else has fallen a fair way back. Of course, this is a bit of the host advantage that I get. Oh, crap. Oh, I don't know why I'm on the brakes mid-air, because that's going to help. Yeah, I didn't want to go for an aerial overtake on Liam there, because we weren't going to be jumping far enough to actually make it. Well, I wasn't even expecting to be jumping Liam there. That was unfortunate. Oh. This is a really, really cool circuit, actually. It uses these big props to, well, I say change the map, essentially. That's going to catch some people out, because it's quite a narrow little gap. There's the little bit of dirt on that transition to screw you over, and then a lot of dirt down here. Now we have a big jump coming up. Uh-oh. Where do we go? Okay, that way. I was expecting Liam to dive to the inside. Everyone has actually slid wide through all of that. Oh, and there we go. All is fine. Okay. And then it's towards the construction site. We are still side by side. This has been a great battle against Liam for this first lap. It's going to get a bit... Oh, well, never mind. It was about to get busier as level 8 joined and then immediately spun. I think 5 laps might have been a bit too long for this. I forgot how long this lap was. Jeez. Well, that's all right. We are going to go for a change of position once again. Somewhere there's a finish line. I don't... is it down here? Oh, crap, I forgot about this bit of the track. Oh, dear. Okay, car, keep the nose up. It is. Liam's having... Ooh, trouble. That's where the finish line is. Yeah, we ran out of space quite quickly. That'll do. That will work very nicely. We'll get us back to the lead. Unfortunately, it is not... Well, it's not the best in that we took the lead, but it would have been after the finish line. So you've got to really get it set up for some of this. Gliska's having a look. I think that's twice in a row on the landing of that jump. Gliska has bumped into us because they've just been carrying way more speed and being further back in the field with a huge amount of slipstream. That is the way that it goes. It's difficult to judge. I'm glad I took that wide line. Turns out the really wide line there was actually the safe option. Very pleased with that. This I do appreciate. I can see a super chat has come in, and I thank you very much, Mark, for. I shall read it in a minute. This track is... Lord, I'd try and read them, but this track is way too busy for me to actually be able to take a sort of pause and have a look at whatever it might be. Childish is going to... Oh no, Ewan. I could see what was going on, and I could also not avoid landing on Ewan's car. Astonishingly, we both got away. We wheelied, but that was it for that crash. It was just one of those horrible moments of, I know what's about to happen. I can't stop it. And I was about to land on Liam again through this section. All is fine. All is fine. Now we've got the momentum. We are clear to get past. We actually jumped over the water as well, which is nice. Oh, that doesn't quite go where I thought it did. I forgot for a second. Unfortunately, we can't turn traffic on for this circuit. It has been forced off. Not going to find a way past there. This is a narrow gap, although you might be able to jump the wall. I think Liam actually went over the wall. So, yeah, there might be a way over it. Level 8 went for a spin. We almost had our own issues, but got away with it. Through this next section we head. I've got big slipstream pull, but there is concrete barriers on the left. I do not want to have an argument with those. That will be a quick way to ruin your day. Liam and Gliska having a fight up the hill. Ewan's rejoined the battle. And we've also got Mute, and I think that was level 8 back there. This is one of those tracks. It is... Well, not the easiest to have a 7 or 8 car battle for the lead. Honestly, I think it's quite a hectic track in that you probably won't have a battle like that for too long around here. But we shall see. Right, the speed bumps are coming up. Now, we haven't had too many issues with these. If we can just keep the car nice and flat, which we do. Oh, Childish and Gliska made contact, and that ended up with the red car being flung into the wall. It is very quick through there. You get a little bit out of place. I'm going to go on the brakes again. I keep finding myself in the air, on the brakes, desperately hoping I don't crash into the back of Liam. That's like 3 different times now we've had that happen. Liam hit something on the outside, I don't quite know what. Upset the car, not massively, not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, did lose some time through all of that. Can we have a look to the inside through here? We can. We will give... Well, see, we'll give a bit of space to Gliska. The problem is, of course, we had to have a little bit of a lift. Childish didn't. They've got a good run to the outside. Oh, that's a curb and a half to be hitting through there. Still, all is fine. We cost each other a little bit of time being stuck side by side. Oh, don't want to hit the hay bale. That would be bad. Liam is there carrying speed on the outside line. Uh-oh. Oh! Okay, we have survived. We've lost a bit of time from that one. It was destined to end up bumping into the back of Liam at some point through all of this. The fact is, it was a fairly minor incident. Ninetales has had a big spin. Good recovery from Ninetales there. All things considered, that could have got a lot worse. Liam has jumped their way to the front of the pack. We are back into the fight. Ewan is still here. Don't run too wide through all of that. Ewan's going to cut underneath. We get a great exit. It's just 4 wide up in front. And can't do much about that. It's not really any space for another car wide through here. Oh, both me and Liam got snappy oversteer on that bump. That's less than ideal. It looks like one of us 7 is probably going to win this. We've made an absolutely huge gap to the rest of the field. And if one of us drops back, the catch-up will, you know, still bring us towards... Liam and Gliska tangled, but they're going to be back in the fight almost immediately. We'll be back there after the half spin. Oh, I'm enjoying this track. I don't know about you, chat, but I am enjoying this circuit. It is making for some excellent racing so far. Let's get into the tunnel. We should be able to get a good... We haven't had much slipstream so far. It should work down here. Nope. Game really just wants to screw us over today. That is just its primary... Oh, its primary goal is just to make a mess of my plans. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, I mean, if only that was the final lap of the race. Bloody hell. That was that full-on... Was it Logano that went over Bubba Wallace at Daytona, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. That was full-on that level of insanity. Well, we have we've jumped over Ewan and landed on level 8, but it's fine. Oh, there's again a little bit of contact, but like all of these sort of little bumps, because we are so far away, those little bumps. Cars that fall off the tail of this group do tend to get caught back up again. So I'm sure whoever has fallen off the tail end of this group will be back in no time. I'm just going to sit on the outside a little bit there. That is safer, that section. We will, again, get back into line through here. Oh, no. Try and straighten Childish back up. They're fine. Yeah, because the cars get crossed up, they lose a little bit of time. So you lose a bit of momentum, you lose that bit of pace, and if someone behind is already full throttle, it's difficult to suddenly change. So if you bump the car, just straighten them up, and that'll have to do. Really, we've got a great run. I don't want to do aerial overtakes on the bridges, because it's not going to work. I don't really want to do aerial takes over here, but I do want to make the most of the slipstream when I can. There is Liam is to the other side. I think we've got Liam back to the front. Oh, it's as we were on lap 1. I'll take this much tighter line. We're going to be slower on the exit. There's been a couple of slower cars through there. Got no slipstream, so we will just end up dropping back. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, the cars are catching up in all of this, and there is one more lap to go. I think it's going to be 7 of us are probably going to be back in the battle. Uh-oh. God damn. I can't. Well, yeah, level 8 got crossed up slightly in front of us, and it's one of those horrible things. Is the cars are in the air. I can't do anything about the cars being in the air. We managed to land at a slightly better angle than the turquoisey car, so we could put the power down, and they just couldn't at that stage. That is fine. Mute is here to join in the battle. We will be a smidge patient through there. Now, the trick is going to be don't get the car sliding. I'd say very easy, actually. It's not too bad, this one. So we've got Mute and we have got Childish there. I don't know what happened to Gliska in all of this. We'll go to the inside through, well, not quite the final corner. I guess you've got the chicane. Well, it's not much of a corner down here, but, oh, Liam's car looks horrible through all of that. But it is, it is potential for trouble. I feel like there is potential for shenanigans on the final lap of the race as well. We're to the inside of Ninetales. We will reclaim our third place. The leaders are side by side heading into the tunnel. We will carry a lot of momentum. Not going to be enough for an aerial overtake. Got to watch out for one coming from behind because Ninetales has got way too much speed. Ninetales is not making that corner. That was a lot of speed from the red machine there. That had a bad day. That had a really bad day. Yeah, so that Ninetales got a really awkward bump on the lap. I mean, in some ways, we're kind of glad that hay bale was on the inside, because otherwise that was going to shoot across traffic in front of us, and who knows how bigger a mess that would have caused. We will try and stay on the power through there, which we do quite nicely. We've been very quick, actually, through this section. Will we get a big enough slipstream pull to go, hey, we do, to take the lead of the race in the air, and then we spun on the landing, and then Childish had nowhere to go. I went for the spectacular, and it was a great aerial overtake. Unfortunately, the landing just got the better of us. I don't quite know even why we spun. I think we landed slightly on like a drain, but yeah, it was not good. It was not good for us there. We might still be in this. I don't think it's out. Danger Man has joined this lead group. Danger Man's done well. The only car that's really caught up. So Ninetales was in the groups, dropped out after that big shunt. Danger Man is the only car that has dragged themselves into the fight, basically. I think, I'm going to say any one of us could do it, although I might be struggling more now with that slide, having killed momentum, although Mute and Ewan have also had issues there. We do not have very long to go. We need an absolutely perfect run through here. We need a perfect run up the hill, get in the slipstream, and then God knows what's going to happen in the final chicane. That is basically what we are going for, and it's not going to be a perfect run through there because I've got a lot of understeer on the way in. Still decent speed, but definitely not perfect. I don't think we're going to be close enough. I think we're more going to be in trouble from cars behind than we are going to be catching cars in front. That's a shame. I mean, we can try a little bit of curb boosting on that wall. It's kind of a curb slightly below the wall, but we're not going to be able to do much. Right, we know these bumps can do anything to the cars here. Oh, and they have. Big accident. Loads of cars in trouble. It's going to go the way of Mute. God damn it. We knew there was likely to be a problem somewhere along the lines. I didn't expect that. I don't know who got unsettled over that. Ninetales ended up third in all of that. Ewan was fifth. So Mute took victory. Childish was the only one from the lead group that survived it. Mute took the victory. Childish got second. Ninetales third. We crossed the line in fourth. It was better than I thought we were going to get. Ewan ended up fifth. And then the cars that were in the battle for so long did not have a good time. Gliska ended up 6th, Danger Man 7th, Liam ended up 10th, having been in that fight for so long. That was a spectacular race. It's good fun. Yeah, I mean, if we'd had a slightly better sort of final lap, we could... I say that. There was, yeah... We were almost in the right place at the right time, just a little bit too far back to get a good enough slipstream off the back of anybody, really. Drake lost a lot of money on the gambling right there. Yeah. There we go. The track is fun. I love that circuit, actually. It's a really good track. It's a bit different. It's a bit silly. It's a bit silly without being absolutely crazy. Yeah. Just didn't quite break my way, but it could have gone a lot worse. Yeah, I don't actually quite know what happened over those bumps. I didn't really see what occurred to set all that off. Mwazo? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but thank you very much for the super chat saying, Alex, would you like to hear a joke about pizza? Never mind, it's too cheesy. I'm going to give you a boo. Yep, that is going to be boo-worthy. Chat might also give you a boo. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely a boo from me. Definitely a boo from me. Also, Mark, thank you very much for the super chat, saying there once was a guy named Alex whose love for racing perplexed. With a joystick in hand, he'd race across land, and in video games, he found his apex. Oh, I like it. I like it. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. You're not going to get a boo for that one. That was cool. KFP, thank you very much for the super chat saying, hey Alex, can we get some brownest pants today? You know what? We can. We can go to brown pants, brownies pants, browner pants. I can't remember all of the different names of them, but yeah, sure, why not? We can visit some of those. Also, other donations. Vortex, thank you for the donation. I'm saying excited to be racing again. I apologise in advance if I cause some trouble. I'm a bit rusty. I hope you've been able to get connected. I don't actually... You might not... Oh, no, you are connected. I do apologise. Hey, welcome back to the races. Hope you're having a good time. That is a hell of a circuit to be rejoining on. It's a fun track. It is a fun track. Otto? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but thank you very much for the donation, saying good Sunday evening to you. My first ever donation. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad. I'm glad that I might be the first. I don't know if the first channel donated to or the first time I donated to my channel. I'm not sure. But thank you very much. So what are your thoughts about the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo series? I'm planning on getting my license soon and searching for a car. Heard a Lancer would be a good choice. Well, I mean, I love the Evos. I've always been more of an Evo person than a Impreza person in that age-old rivalry. I do very much like those cars. Evo, well, I was going to say Evo 6 was going to be my favourite, but I'm not actually sure it is. I feel like an Evo 4 might be my favourite with the big fog lights. I know it's a little bit quirky, but... but for a first car-wise, I'm presuming you're talking about the Lancers rather than the Evos, because I don't know where you may be from, but in England, certainly you'd never get insurance on an Evo as a first car. I can't say I know much about the Lancers themselves. I don't think they're terrible, but yeah, you don't... I see a few of them over here, but I can't say I know much about them. I know I very much like the Evos. You generally can't go wrong with Japanese cars. Normally pretty reliable, pretty good options. But yeah, big fan of the Evos. I can't say I know too much about the kind of more standard Lancers. A fellow gamer, thank you very much for the donation, saying the people who confuse entomology and etymology bug me beyond words. I'm going to guess that's a pun that I don't understand. I'm going to guess... Yeah. Do I just give you a boo? Just to be safe? I feel like I probably should. Yeah, we'll give you a boo. Although, really, it's a boo for me, because I presume it's something to do with bugs. Entomology is the entomology is the study of bugs? Don't know what the other one is. Etymology. I feel like I should. That's the thing that's really annoying me. I'm going to guess entomology is study of bugs and etymology is something to do with language. Oh, there you go. Floating Fat Man says, etymology study of words, entomology study of bugs. There we go. Okay. That makes it. That's actually really good. If I was smart enough to understand it, I wouldn't give you a boo. But no, that's actually a very good pun. But there we go. We figured out what it means. Woohoo! So, well, I'm reading donations while we let people try and get connected. We'll see how many people we can get in. Chris, thank you for the donation. Saying, after further investigation, the rover used in keeping my appearances sold for £61,000, making it the most expensive 216. It's also believed to have the highest mileage and to be the most expensive car to technically never exist at 59,000 miles. Jesus, how many miles did they drive in that car? Okay, I know the TV show Keeping Up Appearances. I know what it is. It's a very British thing. It's a very British, oldish sitcom. I can't imagine it's that. I can't believe a car from a not massively well-known TV show would be worth that much. That does surprise me. That does surprise me indeed. So, I mean, hey, I believe the Chris facts. Chris has many random facts going on, but yeah, that's crazy. I would not have. I mean, like, I can understand it being worth a bit of money, but that really surprises me. There we go. Well, there you have it. Delboy, Rodney, and Uncle Albert, thank you very much for the donation. Trying to get me to sing the Only Fools and Horses theme tune. I mean, you know, it's been tried. I do not sing, ever. I do like Only Fools and Horses. Fantastic show, that one. Not seen it for a long time, but yeah, fantastic show. I also did see, Lado, thank you for the super chat, just saying Maureen. Well, I know what that's requesting as well. I guess we can go to Maureen Raceway at some point. Did that video come out? I think it did. Yes? I want to say yes. I don't actually remember whether it... Has it come out yet? I don't know what I've been bloody doing this week. Or last week. I don't keep track of anything. I'm useless. You should know that by now. Did that video ever... Did it come out? Yes, it did. Okay, that's fine. Well, I guess we can go there at some point. Right, shall we go racing? We have got the off-road class, which will be the Drauga around here, which is actually pretty good for this sort of a racing. We've got 26 people connected, which is not bad, considering the servers are a mess and quite broken. Let's go and see what might transpire here. Possibly. But actually, if we do Lado's Maureen circuit, that means we will have 2 Lado tracks in a row. God dear. Lado is trying to take over. Actually, we already knew that one. But, to be fair, brown wrist, or whichever version of brown pants we end up going to, is going to be a silly race one way or another, and at least Maureen Raceway is vaguely sensible. Right. Let's... I mean, we had a pretty good race last time, actually. So let's hope for a bit better luck. Up until the final lap, we actually, on the most part, had a pretty damn good race. So we hope we can continue that form going into this one. That's a big mess of trucks. I mean, I'm going to do this because I'm kind of hoping something wacky happens and I'll have a thumbnail for next week's stream. That's basically how it works. Nothing really wacky happened there. That's disappointing. How could everyone is so sensible? Mostly. Everyone has been very sensible. Well, I mean, I'm almost disappointed, but I'm glad... Well, I say that. There's been a big crash after that. I don't quite know at what point there's been a big crash, but there has been a big crash somewhere along the lines. Whoa! That's a two-wheel moment. So the Drauga is actually just a genuinely fast, good off-roader. You could probably roll it if you hit a curb hard enough. although it is more stable than some of the vehicles around here. Level 8 is going to go to... No! I was trying to steer away, but there's nothing you can do when you're in the air. You're kind of committed to going one way or another. And yeah, if that path is... Oh, hello. Thank you for the bump. Crazy Cobra, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying just finished restoring my 1971 TC Ford Cortina. Oh, hey, that's a very cool vehicle. Somebody's finished a project car? Oh no, well, he's finished restoring. Is it finished? Because I didn't think that was ever possible with project cars. I thought they were always in a permanent state of almost done. But hey, that's really cool. That is very, very cool indeed. Oh, we're going to be on the outside up here. I don't want to go and spin or do anything silly. Gliska has got past. I mean, we'll still get some speed. I don't know if I want some speed heading over that jump. Oh, level 8 is not going to find a concrete post. Level 8 got away with it. Hello, Lado. There's a little bit of leading. Nothing too bad. The drivers can deal with it, which is the great thing about this vehicle. They are actually... They're pretty tough, and they don't react stupidly from contact. Well, the dog has rolled over. FailRace dog is in full effect. FailRace dog has rolled over and fallen off the bed. Apollo, you are literally using, well... Apollo's using like half the bed, not even, probably a third of the bed, having rolled over and then flopped off of it. He's being a very silly dog at the moment, and I shouldn't get distracted by pets. Right, this is going to go past. These cars should be fine over these bumps. Can't imagine they'll have many issues. We get a great slingshot, and that will... Well, I think we might have... I didn't actually pay attention quite as to who was where across the line that time. This goes to the inside. That's fine. We can get lent on a little bit. Is there going to be anything mad? Oh, Lado moved across. I went to go get the slipstream. Lado moved across to try and follow, not realising we were trying to get there as well. But it's all fine. We are out the other side. Come out of there in a second. I mean, the group's still all together, and this is what it's likely to be like for a little bit. We've just got to be there at the end, essentially. I always want to have a lift down that section, but you don't actually need to. There's a bit of my brain that's just like, surely you can't be going flat out over there. I think I'm always concerned about the curbing and the bumps upsetting the vehicle. It's not really easy to make a pass through that section. Childish has got a good run there and will pass. Oh. Uh-oh. Vehicles everywhere. Whoa, hello. Cars landing on your roof, cars landing all around you. That was a bit sketchy. Somehow Dangerman avoided a tree. Somehow I avoided being spun. I would say a win-win. Mute's not avoiding being spun, and I've maybe climbed over the back of that. I got way more slipstream there than I was expecting. Sorry, Valentine. There was, yes, so much more slipstream than anyone was expecting at that point. I swear, sometimes you get very little in the way of speed from a slipstream. Other times, I think I know why, because I forgot the Draugrs are super slow with catch-up, which is... So, yeah, those cars are suddenly getting slowed down, and then cars suddenly get big acceleration from a slipstream. Yeah, easy to get in a bit of trouble. Oop, on that one. I'll probably be able... Yeah, I think cars will work out. It's actually quite a big group of cars. Oh, bloody hell, Danger Man. You're over that side. Okay. I don't want to be involved in that. That's going to end poorly for us, I suspect. Okay, we've got... Yeah, I mean, we lifted out on the way in. We're going to come out of that section in seconds still. We're fighting, so the Gliska's able to take the lines they want at the moment, which is enabling them to go relatively fast. However, let's say that, even with the fact that they're going to get slowed down for this straight, which we will try and make the most of. Well, this is a sketchy angle to be approaching the final corner from. I mean, we can make it through like that, but we would lose out in a duel to the line. Yep, 4 wide into turn 1 seems like a good idea. I will... nope. not going to be space for that one. Who has come to join us? Oh, hello, Ewan. How's it going? I've got... Well, we can have all the speed in the world, but that tunnel is 2 trucks wide. No! I literally did not ask for that. How did I suddenly pick up? How did I pick up so much speed in the air? I was lifting and I was basically coasting behind the truck in front of us at that point. I don't quite know how I suddenly started accelerating once I'd got into the air. That shouldn't... Well, I don't have a jet engine on the back of it. That is a time when slipstream is a little bit annoying. And that is by no means the first example we've seen of that. It happens plenty of times. Oh, crap. Hello. Uh-oh. Danger Man has had a spin on the landing. Whether that was on their own is possible. Whether it was assisted by someone landing on them, although Level 8 just had a spin as well through there. So, yeah, sometimes these big landings can upset the trucks. Now, be careful with the slipstream doing mean things to the truck. Here we go. Speed and jump. We're back in the lead fight at least. I'm going to not shove the truck to the inside through there. That's asking for trouble. I was going for a try and sweep down off the banking. Oh, there's going to be a gap there. That'll work. The 3 red trucks are leading the way. It's less colourful at the front of the field than normal. I mean, me and Gliska are there to try and bring some colour to this. Paula, did you just wake yourself up because you rolled over and then headbutted a toy? You did, didn't you? You silly dog. There is no... You see, you get away. You don't have to... you don't have to be embarrassed in as far as there is no pet cam on today, but that was quite funny from what I saw out of the corner of my eye. Well, if you heard the thump, that's what it was. Oh, we are back into the lead fight. Gliska, that's the second time we've seen Gliska. But I think it was Gliska bump that wall in the first race. I mean, it was early on, it didn't really have a lasting effect. It's really easy to just turn in too soon and end up in trouble. Danger Man is going for the bump draft on us. Liam has joined the lead group and is having a look around the outside. It is side by side. You know what, Danger Man, I'm fine with the push. I think Liam's going to be the one with the best run here. I had to have a lift because we're about to make contact with Gliska's truck. I mean, it actually worked out pretty well for us. I mean, that's useful information to know. Still not massively colourful front of grid, which for FailRace is rare. You know, we normally do have the Skittles bag of colours going on, but less so in this race. I'm going to have a lift. Right, this time we're really going to lift and try and not get drawn into a massive accident here. We are fine through there. So there are 6 trucks for the lead, essentially. And this is the final lap of the race. I'd be very surprised if the winner did not come from us 6. It would have to be a big shunt that would take us all out. Lado, well done for finding a way to explode. I don't even quite know how you've managed that. That's quite impressive. I'm going to guess maybe tumbled on the landing of that first jump. Might be the most likely way you'd end up exploding. So we're going to get a big run. There was Vortex is off to the side. Childish is going to try and clear everybody. I'm just trying not to spin. There was a crash on the landing. We are 3 wide heading up through the bridge. Oh, it's me against all the red trucks. Team Red is doing very well today. And I mean, I guess we're not a million miles away from Team Red. Oh, being, you know, Team Orange and all that. There's a lot of trucks behind. That is terrifying and sketchy. We will jump our way over there. Ninetales does the aerial overtake. Danger Man is here. Gliska and Liam have caught back up from that. Oh, Ninetales hit the concrete, the raised bit of concrete, ended up in trouble through there. The rest of the pack is actually catching us as well at the moment. Please jump high enough. Thank God for that. I was slightly concerned we were going to hit a wall in a very dumb manner. I had belief that we could do it because I think we'd seen the Lanciers make it. This is dicey at this moment in time. That was way too many trucks trying to fit into way too smaller a space. I mean, it's working at the moment, but really only just... I don't want to be on the outside of this. Don't have a choice. It is now 3 wide. Danger Man tries the aerial overtake. Doesn't work. A bunch more vehicles have joined us. Well, I thought it was going to come from the top group. However, our fighting has been epic and has drawn a whole secondary group towards us. I think it's Valentine and Longbow and co have come. Danger Man gives us a bump. In fact, it's such a big bump that we end up out wide through all of this. I think Danger Man may have made contact with Liam. No, they've got out the other side. There is a bowling ball on the circuit. I don't quite know where it's come from. Gliscus to the inside. Childish is going to get it. We are going to have to settle for seconds. Yeah, I don't think there was much more we could have done on that one. I'll take it, to be honest with you. I will take it. Yeah, it was a great run on the outside from Childish, and then we tried to go 4 wide through the chicane. Not quite 4 wide, but we went far too many wide through the chicane. And somehow we all came out the other side, and no one had a massive accident. Well, then Liam did, actually. Sorry, Liam. I don't quite know what happened with Liam, because Liam was in that top group. So Childish wins. We take second. Danger Man's third. Gliscus fourth. We saw Longbow and Valentine catch up at the end. So all of that was kind of as expected. Yeah, it was Liam that was desperately unlucky. From that one, having been in the lead fight. That was a great fun race. I really enjoyed that. Hello, dog. Have you come to join in again? You have opinions you wish to share with the group, don't you? But yeah, well done, Childish, for taking a victory. That was a good fun race, actually. The drag was a great fun. So there we go. VIP, thank you very much for the super chat. So I have always enjoyed FailRace content. Keep up the fabulous work, FailRace team. Oh, well, thank you very much indeed. I hope you are enjoying tonight's stream. I hope you will enjoy many more videos and streams to come. It is greatly appreciated, of course. We will head back to a free mode now. Also, V, thank you for listening. Saying hi, great content from you and the filming crew. Keep it going. I shall try. I shall try indeed. But thank you very much. Was that you saying thank you as well, Apollo? Does that mean you get treats? Am I using that donation money to get you treats? Is that the plan? I feel like that's a scary precedent to set, otherwise he will bark at everyone wanting more treats. Or there's a motorbike going past the house. Actually, no, I would have heard it by now. What's out there, buddy? Let me guess. Somebody was walking their dog past the house, and you wanted to say hello? Well, that would be a you sort of thing to do, wouldn't it? Hey? Chris, thank you very much for the donation, saying after yet more investigation, the rover was driven on dealer trade plates to every location where it was filmed all over the West Midlands to make sure the car was in check and to keep with the theme that Hyacinth wouldn't settle for anything less. I guess that kind of makes sense. I would, like, the car would have to be moved around. I guess, yeah. It's not a car that I've ever thought much about until today. Like, it's really not a car that I'd ever given much thought to, but yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. I wouldn't have thought it had much need to move about the country for filming purposes, but I guess it does over time. I guess it all adds up. I don't know how many series that show ran for, but a few. So I would imagine, yeah, I guess it does kind of add up in a weird sort of a way. But there we go. There we go. A car that I had not thought anything about for a long time. And now all of you are thinking about this Random Rover 216. And for our next race, we are going to the... which one? Where are the... We're going to one of the brown pants. Because there's brown pants, there's browner pants, and then there's brownest pants. Now, we raced brownest pants relatively recently. I don't know if we've driven browner pants for a while. Let's go here, anyway. This should work. Sheriff Jack Carter, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, when I got married, the ceremony was so emotional, even the cake was in tears. You are getting a boo. You are getting a boo. From me and from chat. Yep, you are absolutely getting a boo right there. I thank you for the super chat, but you are going to be getting a boo. Drake, thank you, Nation. It's like, Alex, please put this towards some treats for Apollo. Also towards the next batch of chicken nuggets you and Carly have. Well, that might be on Wednesday. Well, Apollo, you're lucky. You're going to get some more treats. And now he's not paying any attention. Apollo, do you want treats? Nope, he's too busy cleaning. To be fair, he's had a fair few because I was training him today, so, you know, probably shouldn't give him two. You know, don't want a fat dog at the end of the day. So yeah, probably shouldn't go crazy with those, but always needs treats. I mean, he's mostly a good dog. He does love jumping in rivers. Not that there's a problem, but he does love jumping in rivers a lot. It's just, I mean, it is one way to keep him entertained. What did he do? Oh, he was a dumbass and managed to. So I will often, like, for his walks, I will often go and take him to a big field by me and chuck a ball around for him to chase because he loves running around after it. The dumbass, I think at some point either he missed trying to bite the ball or drop the ball. One way or another, he managed to bite his own tongue trying to grab the ball. So was managing to have a bleeding tongue all the way home. He's all right now. It's not exactly an uncommon occurrence for him to manage to do this, but yeah, he's not the brightest bulb in the shed, is he? Sometimes. And I could talk crap about him, and he's not paying any attention to me, which is unusual, because normally he's desperate for attention. Svensson, thank you very much for the super chat. So this livestream may contain large amounts of silliness. Viewer discretion is advised. You are correct. It has and will contain very large amounts of silliness, and there is only going to be more of them to come, to be honest with you. Especially on the Browner Pants circuit. I guess we'll drive the muscle car category. Is the Tulip bad handling? I feel like it is. I'm pretty sure it is. But that'll probably be the thing that chat wants, so screw it. Let's go with the weird handling car. I can't remember this. I remember Brown Pants, and I remember Brownish Pants. I can't say I remember this version of it very well. We will fire the game up. I mean, we know that the general gist of it is simple, in that we have a racetrack, and then at a couple of points around the circuit, it suddenly becomes very narrow, but it's only one car wide, and something silly will happen. Potentially. Anyway, and yeah, I can't actually remember the layout of this one. Let's go and try. This is a bad handling car, isn't it? It looks like it might be raining as well. Less than ideal. Okay, that's just the loading screen. That I'm happy about. I'm much happier with it being... Oh, I think I do remember this one. Was this the one that was the Transform race originally? So we could have the police car? I think it was. I think Ninetales didn't get a proper countdown, which never helps. Yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah, I do vaguely remember this bit. So there's going to be... Boost pat. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's gone very badly wrong for me. We've not even got to the brown pants bits. I was desperately trying to get my car away from Liam. Oh, that's a horrible place to come out of ghost mode for Shadow. Yeah, I was trying to get my car out of the way for Liam, but I couldn't do anything on that one. Liam has very kindly waited, but yeah. I don't think that is... It's not completely necessary. There was one of those, a lot of cars with a lot of speed going into into that section. I don't know if there was much Liam could have done either. They were stuck on the outside at that point. Well, we have got an epic recovery. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the kicker. Well, that's worked. All is fine. I forgot about the kicker, but thankfully I was far enough away from it not to get affected by it. However, it is a legit thing that you have to deal with. Where is the brown pants? The actual brown pants tube or tunnels or gaps or whatever you want to call it. Oh. We're going over here, that's fine. We're up to 12th. Lado is in the lead of the race. Someone exploded. Was that Crane? Had an explodey session. I'm going to guess. So, right, Longboat, let's get Slipstream. Is this... this looks like one of the walls coming up here. We're a little bit spread out, actually, that this wall isn't too much of a problem for us. Oh, no. Okay, well, thankfully... Okay, bump drafting with the tulip. Bad idea. Bump drafting with this car, terrible idea. It doesn't work. They just violently spin off of it. Liam wasn't to know that was what was going to happen there. We're going to have to fall into line here, aren't we? Because there's going to be... There's no way we're going to get past on the ascent here. That has been a tremendous accident for someone. Oh. Okay, well, we're up into the top 10. So, all things considered... This could have gone worse. Ballotane is, you know, 10 seconds away at the front. What was that, Rickard? Ninetails, maybe? Might have been Danger Man. So, I mean, there's a bit of gaps going on further up. Yeah, okay, so there's the lead battle. I think we can catch the leaders before the end of the race. It does rely on a couple of things. And that is... us not getting involved in silly shunts would be a good start. Us not getting stuck in the walls and all of that kind of shenanigans. Liam didn't quite get the slipstream, and my slipstream just seems to have given up the ghost on me as well. So Liam pulled out of the draft thinking they'd get past Longboat, and it kind of stalled out. Oh, I'm not stopping. That's fine. Chris has turned up in a very pink car. Chris, I thought you said you weren't making it today. Well, apparently Chris is here. Didn't actually notice Chris had joined. Terrible observation skills by me, but yeah, Chris is actually here in bright pink car. All is fine. Well, that was a hell of a bump to Longboat, so we will avoid the kicker. Everyone else did. Oh, my car just didn't want to steer. Longboat had a similar amount of wandering going on in front of us. Yeah, I know why the tulip doesn't get driven, because it's garbage. It's not as bad as the Vamos, but it's not good. It just moves about considerably and sometimes just doesn't seem to respond to what you want it to do. Right, we'll kind of dive into that wall through there. I'm going on the brakes because I don't actually want to jump as far as Gliska did. Childish ended up in the wall. I mean, we're up to 7th now. Liam has got the lead of the race. I mean, we were up with Liam not so long ago, so it's definitely possible for us to be catching up, I think, to the leaders. Oh, big slide. And we're going to fall off the track a smidge there. Unfortunately, we have... no, we have got some help. We've got no help in front of us. It's going to be a while until we get to anyone else. I'm not that fussed about trying to go past Gliska here. We're never going to be able to actually clear them on this run uphill, so I might as well just settle in for the between the walls, and there we go. That will do nicely. That particular section, I think, is the hardest gap in all of the Brown Pants circuits. That is the toughest one to actually get through cleanly. It's a really awkward... It's one of those that is just really easy to make a mistake completely on your own. You have no other cars around and you can still misjudge that wall really easily. I don't know what it is about it, but... yeah. So we can keep getting through that clean. We will be in good stead. I mean, plus point as far as catching the leaders go is that this is a track with a lot of long straights, so catch-up is very powerful here. Here goes the slipstream. This time around we get some slipstream across the start-finish. It's still not that powerful, but it is powerful enough to put us up into 5th. Oh, dear! How on earth did we get away with that? So, that might be one of the luckiest saves I have ever had. I don't know how we survived that. Oh, you piece of garbage car. Oh, we went from one of the most remarkable saves to the car just letting go at a really critical moment and then getting bumped by Charlie. Not that Charlie could have done anything about that. I was just trying to set the car up for the bloody corner. Oh, Liam's had a bad time. Sorry, Chris. I had to go and avoid the kicker on that one. We're up to third. The leaders are a long way in front. Oh, over the crest we head. Back end's going to get loose. So it's 9 seconds. Danger Man and Ninetales about 10 seconds up in this. We can dive into there now. Don't go out of this tube here too fast because you don't want to go flat out through there because you'll end up in the wall. As amply demonstrated by Childish, the reason why you don't want to go flat out through there because you end up clonking off the wall and then landing awkwardly. I don't quite know how we've caught up to the leaders so quickly. I'm going to guess there may have been a tangle somewhere between them. Because, yeah, Ninetales has... I mean, they've lost a bunch of time, and we've not really had anyone to slipstream with. The blimps are saying danger. They are not wrong about that. As we climb up the hill, we are not close enough, but we will probably be close enough. We will be in the fight next lap around, as long as we don't make an error here, which we do not. The two cars ahead both hit the wall. Minor bumps on the wall, but they were bumps nevertheless. So you want a curb boost through there to desperately try and get any advantage you can, but you've got to be careful. Like, the curbs on a couple of these corners are actually quite easy to spin the cars around. Gliska and Chris are behind. Who's the other car in there? Lado is in fourth. Don't know what happened to Lado, actually. Lado was in the lead group and dropped back, and I haven't seen Lado at all. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened to Lado, but Lado is making some ground up. Oh, come on. Where's that slipstream? We are still too far back. Well, Ninetales is going for an alternate line. I hope they don't miss the checkpoint. Well, it worked. You know, fair play. If it works and all that. Oh, well. You know what? I was complaining about the car being garbage. I think Ninetales has more complaints than I do. Oh, that's so desperately unlucky. Holy crap, that is some of the worst. That is some of the worst wacky GTA car handling I've ever seen. It was just that little bump on the landing. It just upset the back end of the car, and it would be fine if it wasn't the fact that it hit a boost pad immediately and then catapulted itself forward. Now, I'm not trying to overtake Danger Man at the moment. I don't want to, because I wanted to make sure we could avoid hitting the kicker through there. We will come out of this tube. It's Danger Man. Oh, well, both of us actually had wobbles going through there. We got out of it. Oh, car went light. I've had to just lift completely. I'm not even going to go for an overtake. I don't want to be on the inside down here, because you want to be as close to going in the wall there as possible, because, you know, the point is to get the car turned in. Danger Man has sent it. Jumped a bit further than I did through all of that. I opted to just play it safe at the moment. Can we... We will be in the fight towards the finish line. Through the gap we go. Now, it really looks like it's between us two. Ninetales is surprisingly still not a million miles away, considering that reset. They have done well to recover from that reset. We are going to gain a bit on the hill. I mean, we're not going to go for an overtake between the walls. It would be ridiculous. I mean, if Danger Man happens to have an accident off the wall on their own, that would be helpful for us. They do not. We can get a pass to the inside. We will bobble the curb. That's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world through all of that. We are still well clear of the rest of the pack. Danger Man is going to fight back. Go to the outside at the hairpin. And where you want to be. It will be a cutback for Danger Man, but we will stay. So a cutback from Danger Man is a good manoeuvre, but we do stay with the curb. It's a little bumpy through here. I mean, the Tulip is just an awkward car to drive, essentially. Danger Man has come out of all of this with the lead of the race. Now, it is just the run to the line. We've got the slipstream. Is it going to be enough? No, not quite. Just not close enough. Just not close enough. Damn it. it's not a bad recovery, all things considered. Chris is parked. Chris, how did you even end up? Oh, I see how you ended up there. Chris has stopped. Danger Man will take victory. We will have to settle for that second place. Ninetales is third, ahead of Liam. Lombo is fifth, ahead of Gliska. Lado, Valentine, Drake, and Lancaster round out the top 10. You had almost got that 10th place at the end there. Level 8 with the fastest lap of the day. It was a good race. It was actually a good race. Tried to chase down Danger Man, not quite close enough at the end. I thought we were actually parked in quite a good spot for a slipstream run to the line, but we were not. Well, we were in a good position, just not quite good enough position. At the end of the day, we were only a 10th of a second down. Ninetales actually, considering the bump that fired that car off the map, the fact that Ninetales still came third is quite impressive. So, there we go. Shady Brady, thank you for the donation. Saying, never date someone cross-eyed. You'll always catch them seeing other people on the side. Oh, dearie me. You are going to get a boo from me. You will probably get a boo from chat. Actually, I feel fairly confident in saying you will get a boo from chat. Yes. Vanessa, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, hi Alex, I hope you are well. I am indeed, thank you very much. And I hope you don't mind that I've copied the Jolly Boost, as it's a great circuit. Well, it was a brazen circuit, I think a Jolly Boost was. No, go for it. I mean, you know, it's a really simple idea at the end of the day. And, you know, as long as people are enjoying these wacky circuits, is always good. God, what car do we want to drive? I don't know if we want the supercar, but sure, let's subject ourselves to probable pain. But yeah, it is. The circuit is shared on Xbox. God knows where a link is anymore. But sadly, I don't know why. I'll never understand why, in their infinite wisdom, Rockstar don't allow you to share circuits between platforms, because it's the most. It would be the most simple thing, because the games use the same props. They're all updated to the same version. I don't know why it wouldn't. It would work, you know, in theory, but it's a silly thing. But yeah. I mean, hey, maybe we'll go to a Jolly Boost this evening. We shall see. It's entertainment, that's for sure. Right, we will get some people connected. So if you do want to take part, there is still some spaces in this lobby. Ewan is the person to message alongside, where we have highlighted currently at the top of this list. Send Ewan a message on Xbox, and they will try and get you connected. Now, you will need the enhanced version of the game if you want to take part, so you'll need one of the newer Xboxes. We are having issues. We are having issues getting invites to work properly. I don't exactly know why, but GTA is continuing to be quite broken on the old invite front. So yeah, we will try and get people in as best as we can, but it does seem like we are having issues, I think is the best way to put it. Technology, honestly, is a pain. It is a pain. Actually, so I am just going to go and grab a drink real quick. While we hopefully get some more people connected. Just give me a minute while I go grab a drink. Apollo? Hello, buddy. You are in charge of stream now. Okay? Can you be a good dog? And can you be in charge of stream? Don't press buttons. Right, I'll be back in just a minute. Right, I am back. Apollo has behaved and Mute has disconnected. I'm going to hazard a guess. Mute was probably in the dashboard menu, like this, and that is where you end up getting disconnected from. Like, you get kicked for inactivity if you're not doing anything for like 12 minutes normally, but if you're in the dashboard menu, it's like 2 minutes, which is a real easy mistake to make, especially if you're trying to invite somebody or anything. It's very silly. Right. Shall we go and race some supercars around here? The LM87 is very fast. These are going to potentially scoop each other up. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think... One of the supercars is really bad for scooping... Or one of the race cars, sorry. Is really bad for scooping vehicles, but I can't remember which one it is. It might be this one. And I won't know from looking at it because they all look very similar, because they're all sort of the Group C cars. And I don't remember which one it is. So, it wasn't the 787B one, because that one came out first, and that one was alright. Could be this one. Maybe. Don't know. I don't know. We will find out very shortly. We'll find out probably on the first straight if cars start getting launched around and so on. So unfortunately, we can't race minivans around here. A lot of the circuits we have are locked to specific cars. We always enjoy racing weird and wacky vehicles. Circuits are locked to specific cars. We can't always race everything around them. And some circuits are designed specifically for certain cars or for certain types of racing. So, yeah, some stuff is all locked. Oh, beans. Oh, beans. Oh, no. I don't really know what I could have done at that point, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, at that juncture, it was very much a case of just hope. Because, yeah, a lot of cars were in the air overtaking us. A lot of cars were just bouncing around, and that was just pure hold on and pray that luck goes your way and you somehow come out of it facing the right way. And we didn't. There was, yeah, literally zero we could have done on that one. But we will try our best to recover. Oh, Shadow got scooped. So yeah, these can scoop. Fred is waiting though, which is always good to see. But yeah, so these cars, they can scoop. I don't think they're as bad as the... I think Zav said it was the Nissan. It could well have been the Nissan. I don't remember. But these definitely can scoop other cars up and spin them. Are we going to see any explosions up here? Mostly well behaved. I say that. There is still some scooping going on. Oh, sorry, Childish. Did not realise you were out that side. That is fine. We've got a big run on Shadow. Oh, no, we've killed a Liam. I think that was a Liam. Oh. No, it wasn't a Liam. It was a small man. Hold on, I was going to wait for you, but honestly, it might be more useful to just give you a slipstream, and that'll probably work for a catch-up. Come on, get in the slipstream. We'll use that to go and drag yourself forward. There we go. You're back with us. That's fine. Yeah, so we were carrying a lot of speed trying to make a pass stick in the narrow bit. I just couldn't stop it in time for the corner after that. I do not want to be here, and I am worried these two are going to have an accident. Okay, well organised. Nicely done. It was a little scruffy. There's a little bit of time loss involved in that, but it was... They sorted themselves out, and so I backed off because I knew... I didn't want to put them in a position where they couldn't back out of it, because that would lead to a crash. And the chances are, if the two... When I'm so close, if they crash, they're probably going to affect me. At the end of the day, if you want to even look at it in a selfish way, it's actually worth backing off, because the last thing I want is the two cars to crash and take me out as well, because that loses me a heap of time. So, yeah, sometimes it's just better having a lift and let the cars sort themselves out. We're going to get big slipstream off the back. Oh, there's been an accident up ahead. That was almost a horrifically bad respawn, or bad place for Gliska to come out of ghost mode. Thankfully, we all survived. Or Valtrek thought about going to the inside. Kind of got there, but thankfully was far enough to the inside that it was not too bad. I mean, considering how the start of this race went, the fact that I'm in ninth isn't too shabby. I will take that. We've got Crane behind who's going to be looking, but you're not going to find a pass at this section. Crane found the kicker. Oh, whoa, good landing. Okay, you know what? Stunt of the day has gone to Crane. That, although it was then ruined immediately by the dismount from the next tube, however, the landing from that stunt was astonishingly good. Oh, that one there was less good for me, god damn it. Oh, I don't know how I managed to mess that one up. Oh! No, no, Lado, I don't need your help! Lado! God damn it. Oh. That was the smallest of clips on my wing, was all it took just to tip my car in an awkward direction. We are not catching up now. And the hope of even a competitive finish now is gone, I think. Although it's a long lap, and there's a lot of straights for catch up to hopefully be effective on. I still think we're too far back. You never know. With the mess that is, you know, Browner Pants, things can go on. Oh, Vortex hit the wall, made it through. Car behind hit the wall, didn't fall off, but did lose some time. We've got a good run through this section. I mean, Charlie's actually, again, made the right decision back out of that one because it wasn't going to work too wide. Oh, and we are trying to get a hurry up. If we can get this right and kind of leapfrog cars and not get too engrossed in battles, that would be perfect for us. We are going to swing past Shadow. The only issue I've got is it puts me out of line on the exit, although they're all busy fighting each other, so it kind of works out quite nicely for me. I'm going to go for a little bit of curb boosting. Shadow's following with the slipstream. Now, because it's kind of quiet at the moment, we're less likely to see too many silly shunts here, which is the hope. There's less likely... When you've only got, like, you know, 1v1 battles, essentially, you tend to have slightly cleaner races, essentially. And it's not, like, not even talking about intentional, but when you've got 4 or 5 cars moving around a lot, it is difficult to know where the cars are sometimes. But when it's only got one car to deal with, you can keep track of them way easier. We are about to start getting busier, I suspect, here. Can we get a good run down here? I don't actually know if I want to be doing a pass down this part of the circuit. We, this time, do not have an issue with the tube. I will go on the brakes. I'm glad I did, because we had some more slipstream than I wanted to over there. Longbow and Shadow overshot the jump a little bit, but have got away with it. We are barreling towards a crash. I had to go on the brakes because we were going to end up heading towards the tube side by side with Valtrek. Do not want that. So, yeah, that was a case of back out of it. Oh, green car fell off somewhere. I don't know if that's one of the cars ahead of us or not. It might be. Okay, we might not be out of this. It's only 10 seconds to Gliska. Actually, we might be able to get into the fight. Well, there's a chance, I think. Oh, something did just bounce out of that. Whoa! Oh, that was so lucky. That was so lucky. Yeah, we have made up a lot of ground this lap around, so that is the lead fight there. Gliska and Level 8, similar coloured cars. They are your leaders. Mute has ended up out wide from all of that. Yeah, we could get into the fight. Could, though, is the optimum word here. We could fall out of the fight, another crash, and we're done. We've got to have a pretty perfect race to do this. We have got Longbow for company. Childish back there, possibly Shadow, are also potentially going to come join this, and a recovering Mute is likely... Oh, Longbow, big jump. This is where it starts getting more dangerous, basically, because you've got multiple cars with slipstream runs, different braking points going on, different overtaking attempts might occur. This is where it's way more dangerous and way easier for mistakes to be made. Lado, in the end, backed out of that, I think, to try and get on the wall. Longbow is going to try go up high. That's fine. However, I will crash into Longbow before I hit the kicker. Like, cars on the outside should be made aware of, if I have a choice between steering up into them or hitting the kicker, I will steer up into them, because I feel like I have a better chance of surviving. Well, I will come off better doing that than hitting the kicker. Oh, okay. That's fine. We actually got out of that quite nicely. Liam is pointing the wrong way. Oh, Valtrek's had a spin. We survived that. We jumped a bit further than I perhaps expected to, but it works. Either way, we are rushing towards the wall. There has been an accident on the other side of the wall. Big accident on the other side of the wall. Longbow was already diving. Gliska was trying to get out of the way, I think, of everyone. Dangerman unfortunately caught up on the outside. We've survived. We make it. This has been absolute madness, this lap around. It's been good, but mad. And I have a feeling it might be about to get quite wacky here, because Longbow's... I can't lift at this point, because Longbow is behind me. Yeah, Lado's going out of that one. Oh, we are through. I couldn't lift because there were cars behind us. Although, to be fair, I think Gliska had cars behind them as well, so it was just a case of, well, we're going into it and hoping for the best. Level 8 leads. I mean, we are catching, because we're in such a big pack, there's so much slipstream going on. Despite the fact that it's being scruffy here, we are actually gaining quicker now than we were before, because so many cars have got big slipstream runs. Longbow gets a load of understeer and he's going to lose a bunch of positions. He's back to 9th now. There is so much that can go wrong on this final lap. There is so much that could possibly go wrong here. We've got a good run across the start-finish line. We are about to... Oh, big crash up ahead. Can't avoid it. I was on the brakes. I mean, it could have been way worse. Could have been way worse overall. Lado survives. I'm not sure what car didn't. A couple of cars didn't. And I don't know who it was. I'm not sure who was involved in all of that. Yeah, I genuinely don't know. So somebody has been pinged off the circuit at that point. Right. I mean, the cars are acting as scoops, as expected. Oh, Ewan's hit the kicker. Big jump. Good landing, though, from Ewan, all things considered. Childish had a little bit of an issue on the landing. Ewan's unlucky there. Gets caught out with all of that. We've got massive speed coming down. Oh! Did not know Gliska was there. Christ, did not expect Gliska to suddenly got massive speed, but did. We will spin and land. Shadow, big jump. Valtrek, good jump, actually. Lands it nicely. Actually, considering how all of that went, the fact that all of us managed to land and point the right way is actually quite remarkable. Lado is approaching with a lot of speed. I've got to go as late on the brakes as I can, because I don't know when Lado's going to be braking, because Lado is probably trying to race somebody to get into the wall. Right. So, up towards the second... Oh, there was some airtime. Lado has got turned around. I don't quite know what happened at that point. Can I do a sneaky bit of curb boosting with the actual boost pads to get me ahead of Valtrek? We are ahead. Valtrek will want to fall into line. Dangerman hits the wall. We all hit the wall a little bit through there, but we've come out better than Childish. It's Dangerman versus Gliska at the front. Can we get ourselves involved in this battle? I think so. Childish with a good run is now to the outside. It's us four. Shadow and Valtrek are probably going to be the contenders for victory here. Lado may be a little bit too far back. Someone's fallen off in the distance. I mean, where do you make your move? I mean, we've got to try and follow Dangerman to the inside through here. Well, it has not worked. I mean, we pushed Gliska out a little bit wide. The same was done to us through the next corner, but it was too much understeer from Gliska. They just couldn't get it turned through that final corner. I don't know. I have to watch it back on stream. Yeah, Gliska sent it, and then I suspect the contact stopped Gliska from being able to turn as well, and we just both got stuck. It was one of those, if I don't send it to the inside, I'll probably come home in third. So we sent it to the inside in the hope that we could clear Gliska, but we just couldn't quite make it. But of course, Gliska wants to hold on to that second, because if they hold on to it, they have a shot at getting past Dangerman to the line. So we both fought really hard into that same section, and it just didn't go quite our way. It went the way of the Dangerman that time out. Childish gets second. Lado gets on the podium in third. It was manic. Crane gets fastest lap of the race. Well done, Crane. Is that Crane's first fastest lap of the race? I'm not actually sure, but well done, Crane. Yeah, bloody hell. It's good fun. It was good fun indeed. Oh, was it Drake that got shot off of the map on the final lap? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what happened, what caused it. Drake a bit unlucky, was in the fight for a long time. Pinged out of that towards the end. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the Brown Pants series of tracks, really. Yeah, that was good fun. It was fun going back to it. Never quite break the way we wanted it to. However, still not bad finishing positions, all things considered. Especially considering I couldn't get off the line. We instantly had to reset almost on both of those races. Because, yeah, it's a mess. Chaos, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, can we have a straight line race tonight? We can. Yes, we can have a straight line race tonight. Sure. Let's go for it. We've got a different track coming up next, but we can visit straight line. Is always good for a bit of chaos along the way. Now, this next track is another ladder creation. The next track we are going to. We're going to the good old Maureen Raceway. Ladder, was there actually a reason behind the name? I swear you've told me and I've immediately forgotten. I feel like there was possibly a reason, but I feel it's one of those things that I feel like there was a reason, or there wasn't a reason, and the reason was just because Lado fancied naming it something weird. Which I guess in and of itself it is a reason one way or another. So this is a track you might remember from the recent video with the crossover right at the finish line that absolutely screwed. Well, you went over first and then me over next. So it's a fun track. It is a fun track. Okay, Lado's reasoning is no one names tracks after old people. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. So, I mean, is it? I think Level 8 has most of their. I think it's Level 8 has most of their circuits named after like songs. I mean, there is some funny naming theme. Well, Ewan, to be fair, like Lado's, it might be a silly name, but Ewan's track circuits are called "I Made a Thing" and then some numbers. And the numbers relate to, I Made a Thing 1 was Ewan's first circuit, and then I Made a Thing 40. I don't know what the latest one in the line of Ewan's making of things. Yeah. Like, we joke about Lado calling it Maureen Raceway, but Ewan's naming schemes is not that much more creative. Speaking of, if you do want to take part, Ewan is the person to message for invites. You will want to be on the enhanced version of GTA on Xbox. To take part. There are some spaces, although the server is being janky as anything, so there is no guarantee. But we will try and get as many people connected as we can. Doing our best. It's just, yeah, GTA will be GTA, and it will be a little bit on the derpy side. What can you do? GTA 6 is going to come out, and the servers are going to work flawlessly apart from something else. There'll be something else that'll be broken. I don't know what it'll be, but there'll be something that doesn't work that should work, like some basic, some basic aspect of game, sort of multiplayer game functionality that'll break on it. Because I swear they all get worse. That being said, I still remember the infamous NAT issues of Forza Motorsport 4. That was always fun, trying to get that one working, but. I mean, outside of the crossover at the very end of this track, it's actually a pretty good circuit. It's a good racetrack. Lado, I hope you put the anti-cheat around on this. I don't know whether the anti-cheat will have been put in place quite yet, but yeah, let's. We shall go racing. We shall see what happens. All of that looks about right. I mean, yeah, who knows when GTA 6 will come out, of course. It'll be probably a while away. Let's face it. But yeah, I'm sure they'll find... they're stop sticks. Okay, have we got that as the anti-cheat? Stop the wall riding shenanigans. Okay, we will get going. We'll try, as I said, we'll try and get people in. Potentially. Yeah, screw it. Let's go. I did enjoy Forza Motorsport. I think, when did we did a stream on Forza Motorsport a little while ago. I say it's probably in quite a while ago by now. Yeah, Motorsport 4 was a fantastic game. It's one of those games. Motorsport 4 was a very, very, very good Forza game. It's one of those that there's a lot of the rose-tinted glasses, shall we say, when we look back at Motorsport 4. There were a bunch of problems with it at the time. It's still very, very good. Probably the least problems of the Motorsport games, but it still had plenty of issues from the time. And the thing is, because it's been so long, we forget the many desperations trying to get it to work. Does Motorsport 4 still have the record for the most delayed filmings? I think it does. I think it was Motorsport 4 with one of the early versus the communities that was like, it took an hour and a half at least to get a single lobby to get everyone connected. It was, and to this day, it is still the longest time it has taken to get a lobby working. It was horrific. You couldn't get people connected. It was one of the. It was in one of the fairly early days of the versus community, and it got to the point of, rather than going down a list in any sort of way, it was, if you could stay connected, you were in, because we did one race and it worked, and then we tried to swap lobbies for the next race, and we just couldn't get it to keep anybody connected, and it got to the point of, if you could stay connected, it didn't matter what the order for the sign-ups were or anything. If you stayed connected, you were in, and that was it, because it was so broken. But I mean, yeah, these things happen. These things do happen. The anti-corner cutting walls have worked. Good job, Lado. I saw level 8 trying, and then level 8 suddenly stopped dead against the wall. Oh, it warms your heart, doesn't it? Just. I don't know if all the walls are going to have that, but that was fantastic. Right, we are going to just kind of follow. I presume it is Ewan up in front. The nameplates are just being inconsistent with their loading. We've got Liam looking around. Nope. Couldn't get any slipstream from Ewan. We were a bit too close. Shadow took the lead briefly. The whole pack is working its way through. Now, see, when we filmed this, it wasn't really a problem until the final lap, this crossover, because the pack stayed mostly together. It's not going to be the case here. With 25 cars, there are going to be vehicles at the crossover, although we are going to be clear. Oh, it was Crane. Oh, no. Poor Crane. Oh, dear. That's not where I want to be. Hey, Danger Man. Yep, that's not where we want to be at all. We got going again. It's pretty busy up at the front here. There's a lot of cars in not a huge amount of circuit, so that corner there is quite nasty. Liam is climbing over some cars. That's not really the best way to go. I mean, taking overtake a little bit too literal there. We're falling to 10th. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, so we're falling to 10th. Liam's ended up in a weird place there. There's Mute, and then there's another big group of cars. It would be quite easy to see like a 12-car battle for the lead, I think, around here. We're going to get to the inside of Shadow. I'm worried so there are stop sticks now around this outside circuit. I don't know how far we can push it. Yeah, I would not want to be going that far off the circuit because I don't know where they are, pretty much. Oh, don't know if Liam got tagged there. It was a big move and twitch across the circuit. We've all made it around there nicely, though. I mean, it's a bit of a mad kind of like pack racing style we have going on here. It's because the track's quite wide. There's a bit of runoff. You know, there's a bit of runoff on the outside of corners. There's a bit of runoff to the inside of corners. We are just sitting 2 and 3 wide through so much of this lap. Oh, I'm trying to give everyone space. You end up out of position and you're in so much trouble, really. We've got a great run down here. We're trying to get across. A bit dangerous moving across that far. So you're never sure. I mean, we did look to make sure that there wasn't anyone with a big run, but yeah, there's always a chance that someone is going to have a big run. Oh, these cars seem like they can bump draft a little bit. It does seem like a possibility. Where is the crossover shenanigans coming from? It's going to be behind us again. Oh, I think it got through. I don't think anyone hit it. Okay. I mean, from that far back, we draft to the lead. However, Danger Man would have curb boosted to the finish line had that been the final lap. So I don't think we would have got that pass. Oh, Mute has had. I think that was Mute having a tremendous accident in the background. So, yeah. That's, I mean, as I've said many times before, if you're going to have a crash, make sure it's a big one and on camera. And at least it was only slightly on camera, but it was on camera for that. We've got Drake having a look to the outside. Oh, I forgot that's not the tight corner, that one. There's a bit more space there. We can, there's a yellow car having a look. There's not quite going to be any space. We're 4 wide on the exit. Oh, there's, again, a little bit of contact. We will keep on this wide line. And this... oh, not go too wide, though, because there are stop sticks out there. It's Drake and one of the red cars found. I don't know if that's Childish or Ninetales. Yeah, you can't... There is an infinite amount of runoff out there. Like, there is plenty, but you have got to be aware of the stop sticks. Chris has had a massive wobble over the crest. I'm going to guess that was slipstream assisted and tried to change direction slightly, and it was enough to upset the back of the car, and that was just a huge tank slapper all the way down the hill. Thankfully, if that had happened in the middle of the pack, that was going to be disastrous. Thankfully, it was at the front of the pack, and there was only me, and there was plenty of space to gather said wobbly car up. Oh no, I could see that one going badly. It was one of those, like, Gliska just got into the back, and it's the concertina effect of I have to slow down to avoid it, and the car behind might not quite be able to see that I'm needing to slow down. We will... Oh, we've got a great shot through the middle of this. Let's take the lead. Chris, though, is to the inside. We keep finding ourselves out wide, although not as wide as Ewan has found themselves out there. You know what, Ewan? I'm fine with that. You can go over there. Oh, I went on the brakes because I could see that one happening, and it was the right... Oh, sorry, level 8. That was my bad. I was going chasing after curbs and slipstream, and that was a little bit of an iffy manoeuvre. Yeah, so for once, I say for once, but I made the right call. I got on the brakes to avoid the crossover traffic, and we saw Chris get wiped out by it. We managed to avoid it. Whew. I will be satisfied with that. Is there going to be a car to the inside through here? There is, but it's not close enough to have a look. That's fine. We will continue to hold the lead. Level 8 can get to the inside. Again, no worries. We will make this manoeuvre stick. Just about. Ewan can sweep across and take the lead. And we can keep swapping the lead like this, and that's fine. We're not really costing each other any time. It's not really risky with what we're doing. I'm not going to push Ewan wide, because we know there are stop sticks out there. Unfortunately, we have no one to slipstream from, and Valentine has got all the way across. Yeah, I can't really get in any draft easily there. Longbow with a big airtime over that crest. Oh, God, slipstream kicked in there right at the end. We will sneak our way back underneath as everyone sort of trips over each other. And I might be able to make a pass. I mean, it's more at the moment, it's more just kind of like pick a lane where you want to be in. There's nowhere, nothing giving there. And Gliska with a big run through the middle of the pack. We will fend off from Lado through here. Don't put... I mean, the lighting has made most cars just look the same colour. The nameplate's not working. The greys and dark greens are all very similar. I mean, okay, level 8s and mutes are quite distinctive, but the rest are not so much. It's just a blur of similar coloured cars. Can we get a big slipstream pull somewhere? I mean, it was a good curb boost there. Has dragged us a bit towards the group. Childish with a good run to the outside. Oh, Sorry, Level 8. I would want to give you more space, but there was a car on the... I don't think Level 8 realised I had a car on my inside. There's not much I could have done. Oh, that pink car had a panic and bailed. That was actually quite a good decision for the pink car there, because otherwise it was going to run into a big group of vehicles through all of that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it was... God damn it. It was always going to kind of be a little bit of... The problem is that everyone started checking up. Oh, yeah, there is the anti-wall riding stuff. Well worked, Lado, at that point. Yeah, one of the problems you get is with these really large groups is if there is a crash in front of you, there's so little that you can do about it. Like in that one, if I go on the brakes, we just get run over from behind. So you kind of just push and hope that either they spin clear of you or they get themselves out of trouble. Essentially, is what you're aiming for. And yeah, a couple of cars did not come out of that quite so well. In the end, we bounced off somebody else and had a spin. I think this is going to be a very manic end of the race, as everyone is pushing, looking for that position if they can get it. I mean, over the crest we go. A lot of cars with slipstream, a lot of cars carrying momentum towards the bottom. Ninetales to the outside in front of us. I mean, there is more space around here, but there's still plenty. There's always going to be potential for some form of chaos with everyone going for the lead on the final lap of the race. So it's going to be between one of us lot here. This is top kind of 11. Oh, Valentine's gone round. I doubt we're going to see... No one's going to have time to be able to catch up from further back. If I can clear Childish here, which we do. Important to be able to do that, although what would be more important is getting into slipstream with the pack of cars in front, which we have not done. Ninetales is there, is going to sweep past. We are too far back, I think. Ninetales in a little bit better position than we are. I mean, we're going to get a draft through here. Now, oh, big flip. I think that was for Lado on the outside, although we've got a good turn of speed, frantically trying to slow down. I don't know if we actually want to be leading, though, through here. It's the run. It's going to be the run towards the line. It's going to be me and Liam trying to make this work on the outside. We're not going to be able to do it. Gliska might get both of us. Actually, we pushed Liam across the line. Gliska pushed us. We pushed Liam. I think we ended up with second at the end of that. Oh no, Gliska beat us. God damn it. We ended up third. Bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, we maybe should have gone with another curb boost. I thought we could just sit in the slipstream behind Liam, but we might have been a bit too close to fully make that work. Lado, unfortunate, ended up falling all the way to 11th from that shunt at the end. So yeah, Liam takes victory. Gliska is second. We will get on the podium at least. Ewan is fourth ahead of Danger Man, Childish, Mute, Ninetales, level 8 with Drake rounding out the top 10. Lado with a big shunt at the end. I didn't actually see quite what caused it, other than it was a tremendous accident. Chris, also unlucky, he fought at the front for a while. Did drop back later on. I'll take another podium. You know, at the end of the day, I will take a podium where I can get it. Consistency and all that. And it was Valtrek, actually, that got the fastest lap of the race, down in 13th place. Yeah, that's... was certainly something. That was certainly something. Devon on air, thank you very much for the donation. Oh, well, I mean, kind of the cult of 69 is there. I don't know whether that was intentional. But there is kind of a cult on there. Lado did understeered into the wall. Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. It's an easy mistake to make, especially at the end where you know you've got to be in the right place for that madcap dash to the line, and yeah, you just carry that little bit too much speed, and it all goes horribly, horribly wrong. Let's go and... What did we just drive? We had tuners and we had the Vertex. So let's go sports. I can't remember what we filmed it with. Can't imagine we used SUVs. So let's go for that. Are we going to sneeze? Maybe. Here we go. Knew it was coming. I feel a bit better now. I think there is still one more there, but We will see. Vortex, thank you very much for the donation. Saying we should do the Chiliad transform race. Oh, God. I don't think that allows 30 people in it. God, I hope it does. I sadly don't think it allows to have 30 people, and as the servers are being iffy enough as it is. But we shall see. Maybe. Depends on how badly this next race goes and how badly Straight Lines goes. Will depend on whether we quite go for full make everybody suffer. Yeah. Right. Shall we begin? We will take the SUVs for a race around the wonderful Maureen Raceway. Colin, thank you very much for the very generous super chat indeed. So got crashed hard into the wall. Believe it or not, wasn't comfortable. Funnily enough, I do believe you. I do believe you. Hitting the wall is normally very painful. I say that. I've been very lucky. I have never been involved in a crash, in a car crash of any sort. I mean, I've very, very lightly bumped a wall in a car park. And when I say light, I mean really lightly bumped a wall in a car park with the RX-8. To the point where it was the littlest of scratches on the bumper. But yes, I have been very, very fortunate. I've been very fortunate in that I've not been involved in any accident. Well, I did the banger racing thing a while ago. I don't really count that. It was also very slow. Like, it was so muddy. For those of you that might have seen it, it was a while ago, quite a while ago now. That thing it's a press thing for Rage 2. It's an unusual but really cool choice of event for like a press event. And yeah, banger racing, and it was the wettest, muddiest day, which meant the track was. You just had no traction. I don't think you were going like much more than 25 miles an hour. There were some crashes in that. That's the closest I've come to sort of crashes, really. But yeah, it's kind of different when it's intentional, and also at very low speeds. Very low speeds. As we head into this race, though, so far not a bad start. I mean, the Landstalker here. It's not a terrible driving car. The only weird thing about it is it's terrible off-road for some reason. That was the last time I think we've driven it. It's just completely garbage off-road. Validate is to the outside, and we'll get past with a big run up over the hill. We have got some slipstream pull. We're going to sit in the middle of all of that. We will just go and... I mean, it works. We had to give some of our momentum to Ewan, much as Danger Man is potentially going to give some of the momentum to us. And there's some more bumps and some more bumps. And I've got nowhere to go, so Ewan should go forward a bit. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, no, it's fine. Because the Landstalker's not very fast, and it's quite solid. In these little contacts, you'll get... Oh, no! Well, oh, that's bad. There is no good way out of this for me. I am pointing the wrong way in the middle of the track. How do I get out of this without killing anyone? Well, I blame Ewan for that. I was literally saying how these aren't too bad. Like, when they make contact, it's fine, but if Ewan hits a wall and suddenly stops dead in the middle of the pack... Well, in the middle. That was at the front of the pack in the middle of the road. That was... all manners of not good. That was all manners of bad, essentially. Oh well, there's plenty of time to try and recover, at least. There's likely to be chaos. No, the crossover's actually gone quite well. Crossover has gone fairly well. Oh, Colin, thank you for the super chat. So I tried taking an X5 around the outside, and it just didn't leave enough room. Dipped to it on the grass, and well, pain. Yeah, that'll do it. That will do it. Wheels, yeah. Putting a wheel on the grass is not what you want in a race car or bumping into a wall. Not that these are race cars yet. It's not going to be long, right, until touring car series and the likes are going to have wasn't it Land Rover, was it the Evoque? There was a Land Rover that was proposed to run in the British touring cars. I mean, it was kind of cool, but yeah, it's almost bound to at some point. Well, they did have, it was a support series for Formula E. They had a Jaguar, the electric SUV thing. They had that as a one-make series. But yeah, it's not going to be long until... Admittedly, probably not SUVs like this, of course, but it's not going to be long until we're going to have SUV racing series, which is kind of a shame, really, to be honest, but it's going to happen. I mean, to be fair, the Ford Puma, and it's not really an SUV, it's like a crossover-y thing now. The Ford Puma rally car does look quite cool. I will give them that. That is actually quite a cool looking rally vehicle, but yeah, it's a sad state of affairs when we're saying this is probably going to be a thing that we see in the not crazy distant future. It's a shame. Estate car, you know, the estate car touring cars and so on, they were really cool, and I don't think the SUV is ever going to be as cool as them, but you know, what can you do? Now, after all of the mess that's gone on, we're in 10th. We're not actually a mile away from the front of the pack. So, we will try this. Ninetales is going for... going to go for the slipstream, is going to get past on the outside. Ooh! Ninetales Landstalker just snapped sideways through the middle of the corner. That is not what you want. And Ninetales is... Oh, God, Valtrek stuck on the wall. That is not fun. Where it's crossover traffic, we're going to go in between them. We are good. I think everyone else has survived fairly nicely. Yeah, the Evoque was a very cool touring car. And the 850 was a cool touring car. I mean, even like the Civic touring, you know, when they had that racing, that was... I mean, it wasn't as cool as the Evoque, but still... It was good to see estate cars about. I've always been a fan of the slightly wacky. I've always been a fan of fast estate cars and the slightly wacky stuff. So yeah, it was always good to see those going well. Oh, we're gonna go around the outside and try and make something. We might still get run on the nope. Slipstream just gave up. That's fun. Slipstream has completely given up. Level 8 with a big slide. Now our Slipstream is going to kick in. Mute is going to have a look. I'm hoping that's not a particularly serious look, because that is it's an awkward corner when you're already too wide to suddenly have it 3 wide. We might be out. I mean, we're probably going to get a run over the hill if we don't end up out too wide and get stuck with some stop sticks. Here comes some speed for us. Yeah, that's Slipstream's kicked in quite nicely. We are all over the place. We went from the right to the left to the right again. We did it safely. We just had more momentum than anybody at that point and could just... Well, I say that. And the green car ahead, which I think is Valentine. Is there going to be a gap there? There is. Yeah, we've had a pretty good run through all of that. I will take it. We've got one more lap to go. We're in the fight. Ewan is battling away with Gliska. Huge kick of oversteer was bad for us. Just yeah. Losing that momentum, kind of critical. Although we're still going to be in the fight. Level 8 wants to have a look to the outside. That's fine. You can try that. We've seen what happens with these. I mean, these Landstalkers are pretty good. They, when pushed hard, they do get a bit oversteery. They do get a bit, I'm not going to say snappy. It isn't sort of a big twitchy oversteer, but you can lose a bunch of time. You can lose a lot of momentum. Oh. I mean, Ewan gets unlucky. We did sort of help Ewan get going. It wasn't the best push ever, but it did kind of help Ewan get moving a little bit. Liam has pushed us to the lead of the race. I mean, it's worked for Liam as well, to be fair. Liam has pushed us to the lead. They followed to second, and they will now take the lead away as we head into the next corner. We're going to try and cut back underneath through all of this. It looks like it might work briefly. Not well enough, though. Valentine with a big run through the next corner. I was trying to set up a good line through here, but the problem is, the line you want through there, the problem you get is a lot of cars can get to the inside of you, and yeah, I had to turn in at some point because we were on the extreme outside, and once there was contact made between front quarter panels and rear quarter panels, no one had steering, and we were all going into the outside wall. Which is unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I can't do a huge... I have to keep steering, because if I don't, I just end up in the wall. So, yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate, but there we go. We've still got a good run coming up this hill. We're able to make the most of the curb. Yeah, curb and slipstream has done wonders for us to the outside here. We will take the lead of the race. I can see the... Tell you what, that is a very well hidden anti-wall riding block that has been put in there from that. I didn't see what it was that they hit when they were trying to do the wall riding. That's the first time I've actually seen it. It's a tiny sort of bit of wall that is hidden amongst the black kind of stripe on there. Very well placed to make it difficult to spot for cheaters. And then they hit it, and then they have a terrible time. So, nicely done from Ladder, who is currently leading the race as we head out of this section. We've got a couple more quarters to go. I mean, we've got the crossover. God knows what's going to happen as we head towards it, because so much can happen. Ninetales with a good run is to the inside, and we'll get past. Now, we will get good slipstream through here. It's going to put us on the outside. Now, I don't mind this line for the run to the finish line. The problem you do get is if you are on the outside, you are going to be the one that gets hit on the crossover. And then we got that front court. We got our front court with Valentine, who has got tangled with Ninetales. Oh. Yeah, and now there's not much more that we can do. Me and Ninetales are doing the wiggle to the line, and we're going to get 5th, 6th, I think, in all of this. Yeah, it was so many cars trying to fit into a small piece of road. Valentine unlucky in all of that to get dumped down to 11th. Just got kind of stuck in the middle of me and Lado, and it was... Yeah, actually, Lado also unlucky. I didn't see what happened on the outside because we were trying to avoid crossover traffic, and then it was the race to the line. Liam takes victory. Danger Man 2nd. Viscus 3rd. Mutens up 4th ahead of Ninetales. Yeah, we get 6th ahead of Childish, level 8. Ewan and Drake round out the top 10. And I think Longbow got the fastest lap of the race. It was a manic final corner. It was always likely to be. There was always likely to be a bit of a crazy final corner. With so many vehicles being close together. Indeed it was. Longbow got fastest lap. Yeah, Lado's so unlucky being in the fight right up until the end. And then, yeah, something... It was, yeah, Lado and Valentine came out worse from that contact. I don't know if Lado might have got hit on the crossover or something. But there we go. Yeah. Did what we could in that one. Considering how that race started with us backwards in the middle of the pack, frantically trying to get out of the way, I'll take a 5th. He's again just consistent, goodish finishes in all of this. A woolaloo. Christian Sweden, thank you very much for the donation. Also, Drake, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, Alex, for the next track, Lado should get next pick. I think you would agree. Well, the next track is going to be Straight Line, as that one was requested. We might give Lado the pick of the final bit. Sure, why not? Well, the final round. We will go to the Straight Line next. I mean, the Straight Line is a complete chaos. Now, Maureen Raceway is kind of like one of those slight chaos tracks. It's not really... I'd never say it was a full chaos circuit. It's not. But it is a bit chaos just at the end. Straight Line is full chaos. Straight Line is just full madness. Right, let's go. We haven't had Straight Line for a little while, I don't think. I'm trying to remember what cars we use on it. Right, Straight Line. Oh, I've got a really itchy nose going on. Oh, it's probably getting that bloody time of year, isn't it? I don't quite know why I would be starting getting hay fever and crap at 9:30 in the evening. However, let us go and invite everyone from the last job. We will try and get as many people connected as we can. And what vehicles do we want to drive? I think we are going to drive the Morgan. The original, I think it was one of the original straight line cars anyway. Yeah, we will go for the Morgan. And then we will go for the Patriot mill-spec for the second race. The Morgan is mad. It's going to ping around. It's going to be very silly, basically. If you do want to take part, there are still plenty of spaces. You and his person's message on Xbox will be on the enhanced version of GTA if you wish to join. But yeah, send you a message. We will try and get you connected, and hopefully it'll all behave itself. Although there is not really any guarantee. It is just called the Morgan. That is just the name of it. I don't know what manufacturer it is, but it is just the Morgan. I'm pretty sure that's what the name is named in here. Sports category is an annoyingly big category to try and search through to find cars, but hopefully everyone is going to be able to find it. Judd Philby, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, when is a car not a car? When it turns into a driveway. Oh, dearie me. That is going to be a boo from me, most definitely, and from chat, quite probably. I'm not sure, but I'm suspecting you're going to get a boo from chat on that one. But thank you very much for the donation. Yes, it did used to get called the iMoobot back in the olden days of Twitch. However, his actual name is Morgan, or I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's how it's spelt. So that's how I'm going to call it. Essentially, yeah. I'm presuming it's not how it's pronounced, but I am the world's worst pronunciator, so it'll work. Right. I don't know if we've got anybody else. Can't wait to join. Declan, thank you very much for the super chat. So, question. Why does Ewan have a foot fetish? I don't know. You'd have to ask Ewan that question. Again, the fact is, Ewan doesn't. Lado made it up randomly at some point, but it's stuck, and now everybody knows it. And it's yeah. It's just become a thing. I think I'm pretty sure Lado just made it up on a whim, and it's stuck. So there we go. Sorry, Ewan. I say blame Lado, but we do already, and it's still going to continue. Right, I think we are going to just go with this lot, to be honest. Let's make sure I get everything right. Seems fine. Let us begin. Oh, I think we're at 25 at some point. We'll see if everybody can get to the correct car. This is the other fun mini-game that we play, of can everybody get to the right vehicle. I'm going to guess probably not at this point. But, you know, we will try. We will try. Right, flick through the list, try and find the weird car. I can't remember what this thing's actually based on from real life. I used to remember what it was. Oh, there it is. It's a bit of a weird, wacky car. But this has one of the worst hitboxes in the game. Right. Here we go. Let us see what might happen. Let us see what might transpire in this race. I see a lot of the correct cars. I see one of the wrong cars, but I see a lot of the correct cars. Richard Reese, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying a man drove a car into a tree. His Mercedes-Benz. That is going to be a boo to you from me, possibly from chat. Lado's exploded immediately! And, I mean, we've had a weird crash. Oh, hello. We've had a wheelie for reasons of... I'm not quite sure what, but, yeah. I mean, this is the great thing about a straight line, is you can have a tremendous accident. Oh, that's a... Well, I'm just going to have to keep pushing through that. That's fine. You can have a great accident, but you will catch up. In theory, at least. Oh, come on, come on, come on, slipstream. Go, 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 go. Don't let Liam get too far away. No, bloody hell. Where are those cars going to go? That way. Right. Onwards. Oh, you're going to bump. No, you're fine. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. I've got 1,000,000 miles an hour of speed and nowhere to go with it. And they've all had a crash. And we're going to dodge and survive said crash. That's fine. So, yeah, the reason why this car is so good for straight line, and when I say good, we mean terrible, is because you can't bump draft with it without the probably being a massive crash. The hitbox is completely wonky, and when the cars do make contact, they try to climb over each other, which often leads to many flying cars. So it works for making straight line into an absolute spectacle. We have got away with that. Oh, I mean, somehow, I think that's the closest to bump drafting we've ever had actually work with these cars, with Mute trying to push us there. Oh, level 8, that was a... Oh, and everyone's had an accident, never mind. Oh, Ewan, don't go this way. It was already dicey with Mute up against the wall, and then Ewan came across, and that didn't make life good. Right. Nope, someone's been spun. It is... Whoa! Big wheelie! Uh-oh. Oh no! Gliska's car just twisted and flipped again, and it's still flipping. And straight line is basically a constant crash. It's all it is. Straight line is just a constant crash and occasional lot of slipstream. Well, that bump draft actually was quite successful. Oh, Liam, that was a bit risky. Survived Ninetales with the wall ride to the lead. Nicely done. Oh, dear. It's not very often that you will get a successful wall ride in straight line. Oh, crap. Don't know where Childish is bouncing to, but can't be anywhere good. Oh, there's a lot of speed. Got nowhere to go with any of this speed. Right, might be able to make the most of it here. And then weave and way. There's a gap there. The slipstream that this car gets is insane. Oh, crap. We're coming up towards the explodey bits. That's fine, because someone's going to go shooting past, and I will be too far back. I'm fine with being further back here. I don't want to be up the front here, because it's about to all get explodey. And Lado exploded. Wonderful flip from Longbow. I think we helped somebody have a flip. Danger Man is on fire at this point. Whoop. I have escapade away. Oh, that's not what I expected at all. How did that one happen? Ewan's done a flip. I don't quite know how I managed to get so much airtime there. Hey, Ewan. Oh, thank you. This is also one of the rare occurrences where bump drafting is normally worse for the car doing the pushing than the car receiving the push. It's not very often you get that in GTA. Oh, that's a huge... Again, a huge run. No, well, okay, well, apart from that bump draft, although admittedly Ninetales was going about 500 miles an hour quicker than I was. Ninetales had so much speed there. When you do get a run... Uh-oh. Oh, God. I don't know where those cars are going to land. That's fine, actually. That bump was fairly helpful. And here comes all the slipstream. Liam's doing an astonishing stunt. That looked like the Mercedes... Oh, that was a great landing. That looked like the Mercedes infamous crash at Le Mans. For just a massive backflip. Uh-oh, don't climb over the back of Fred. There was a gap there briefly, and I tried to get my car across to it, and I just couldn't. We will shoot through the middle. Oh, we both had the cars completely unloaded going over that crest. Danger Man gives us a help, and then Danger Man has an issue, and then Liam helps us a bit too hard, and we're involved in a really big crash. Land it. Nicely done. Okay, if we can get Slipstream from mute, we'll be back in the fight in no time. Okay. Considering the we've had so many silly crashes going on in this, but that is the point, you know, at the end of the day, where that crash is moving over to the left. We we picked correctly. And that half of this race is just guessing what way a crash is going and hoping. In some ways, it's kind of good practice. In a very loose term, you don't normally have crashes this fast that you have to try and avoid. But it is kind of good at kind of sort of teaching you how to anticipate where a crash is going to go, although you're never going to get it right every time. You can see a crash moving in a certain direction and not be able to do anything about it, or see it moving in a certain direction and then have it change direction later on. It's just, yeah, how it can happen sometimes. We are still going. Mute with a bit of lag. Oh, wait! So close to getting through that really well. When we got through the flying cars, just someone else turned up with a lot of speed. Right. We've still got a little bit of time to go. And so we'll get big slipstream off Drake. There will be... Oh. There was a big run through the middle. Oh, well held. Well held from Drake. That was actually incredibly cinematic land. That was full on like bloody Cars-esque landing right there. Now there's a tiny chance. There's a tiny chance that we could be in a great place here. If we can pick up a slipstream from Liam, we might be far enough away. No one's going to beat us. Victory! Our first victory of the evening comes on the silly track. Yeah, we're in the perfect place for that one. We could basically do a little bit of slipstream. Oh, you don't want the wrong car in this. Yeah, we could get the slipstream at the right time, and we got a lead just big enough that nothing was going to be able to catch the back of us before the finish line. I will take that. Perfectly timed. I mean, pure luck. A lot of what goes on in that is luck. But, hey, I will take victories where I can get them. In the evening that we have had, we haven't really had the best of... We've had consistency, which, I mean, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like having the consistency. But... yeah, we haven't had the greatest of finishing positions. You know, I'll take what I can get, pretty much. Now, this next one, what category is the Patriot mill-spec in? Is it off-road? Does anybody remember? Oh, wise and wonderful folk of chat. Do you happen to remember what category the mill-spec is in? Because I don't. So, yeah, if you could, let me know. I will hopefully be able to select it. Svensson, thank you very much for the super chat. It is much always at the sticker thing. I don't quite know how those work, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But thank you very much. It was a good race. It was a good race. I will say that much. Like, it was a very silly race, but I can't complain too much. It was certainly some amount of spectacular. Let's not do 99 laps. That is just a surefire way to insanity. 99 laps of straight line. That is just like pure descent into madness stuff. Right, we will... Okay, for this, we are going to drive the Patriot mill-spec. Now, I am hoping that everybody is going to find it, is going to be able to get to it. It is a very wacky and a very silly car. Its hitbox is possibly worse than the I Morgan that we just drove. So yeah, everybody try and get the Patriot mill-spec for this. Me and the Potato say 99 laps on straight line for the millionth subscriber. Well, I did make a promise, and I made this promise a long time ago, and I joked about maybe living to regret it, but we shall see. I made a promise. Can't remember if I've told Carly about this one, which I don't think she's watching this evening, but let's maybe not tell her. But I did make a promise that if I got 1 million subscribers, I would do like a will it roll in real life. I'd roll a car in real life. And I mean, I'm still a very, very long way away. But I did make that promise. I probably shouldn't bring it up because, you know, otherwise people would have probably forgotten it by now. However, but yeah, that was the promise I made for the 1 million subscriber mark. Kevin, thank you very much for the super chat, saying, why did the Vulture argue with the stewards while getting on a plane? He was only allowed one carrion. I'm not giving you a boo for that one. If you manage to make a good bird of prey pun, you're definitely getting a pass. You're definitely getting a pass on that. So, yeah. You will not get a boo from me right there. Lado, thank you for the super chat, who had to use it just to say mill-spec. If that's what you want to drive, go for it. The rest of us are going to be driving the mill-spec, which I presume is short for military spec, of the Patriot into this race. Right. We have got everything ready. These are not going to be particularly... Well, to say that, actually, no, they are quite fast in as far as the slipstream is very powerful from what I remember. So there is a good chance. There is a good chance that it won't be a crazy long race. Here we go. It is going to be mad because these things are as bad, if not worse, than the I Morgan for climbing over each other. So, yeah. We're going to have our we are likely to have our 2,600 loss. I mean, I always feel like the game is a bit cruel having it as win. When you have 30-player races, a win and anything other than a win as a loss is a bit harsh. I feel like it should like podiums and losses perhaps, but yeah, this will be potentially our two, unless we manage to do a crazy double victory at straight line. This is likely to be our 2,600 loss, 600th loss. I think Danger Man may be AFK back there because they're in the vehicle that was the original, like whatever you start with car. And they didn't move off the line. Lado is climbing, and yeah, Lado's had a bad time. Gliska is also climbing. Oh, and Gliska's found the wall, and things have gone wrong. Oh, things have gone really wrong back there. That's fine. Hey, Ninetales, I mean, me and you, shall we just go and enjoy our time at the front of this race? You know what, I'm going to have a little lift. We're going to let you go past, and then we're going to get some slipstream. And then we're hopefully going to overtake you. And then shall we do some teamwork? This will be the great teamwork of straight line. It doesn't work, so while in theory this looks good on paper for keeping us in front, because when Ninetales comes past, they immediately get hit by catch-up. Cars further back that are not being slowed down by catch-up, and when there's multiple cars slipstreaming off each other, they get this massive tow that goes on, and sure enough, they have caught us. It doesn't take them very long to catch us. Oh, that's a hell of a flip from Gliska. Bloody hell. Well, Ninetales, it was nice and calm briefly. It hasn't lasted, but it was nice and calm. We will get a second tow off of Childish there. It's me and Liam that are neck and neck here. And Vortex will come past. Well, that's fine. Like, I would chase you. Actually, I don't even need to, because Vortex is... Oh, that's a hell of a lag. You would... Oh, no. Oh, no. You would just grabbed Liam and chucked their car across the track. Oh. The gap I wanted to go for shut really quickly. Yeah, okay. We tried a little bump draft and it did not work. Crap. Right. We carry on, nevertheless. And it's quite spread out at the moment. Who is that behind? Okay, that's Childish. Ninetales is up in front in that group. I mean, we'll rejoin the group fairly quickly. Even if the green car ahead, I presume Valitane, yeah. Even if they end up too far away for us to slipstream, because we're so close to the leaders, we'll catch them as they get slowed down by catch-up. I've got great... Oh, well. Got nowhere to go. Once the leaders start going 4 wide, you get really stuck. Because there is literally nothing you can do. Apollo, have you farted? Yep. God damn it. Hasn't farted all day. And of course, the second I start streaming... Well, actually not the second I start streaming, but I am streaming. Of course, that is when he chooses to let rip. That is a stinky fart. Bloody dogs, honestly. Right, Shadow is through, Valitate is through. Oop. Lado gets a little help from Ninetales, and is also past now. Where is the turnaround point? It's not far from here. Now, I kind of don't want to be the leader at the turnaround point. I think the next hill, I am happy to let someone else... I'm happy to either be a little further back, because I don't want to get exploded, particularly. You know, if we can help it, I'll try and avoid the whole being exploded bit. So, yeah, I don't mind if we are off the back of the lead group. Unless I'm going to be the one doing the exploding, I don't mind if we are a little bit further back. I have a feeling it's about to get quite explodey up here. We get to watch, though, which is fun. No one exploded. Holy crap. It's almost like we have been quite effective. Well, turn around. I've actually been... Well, how are you upside down? Level 8? What are you doing? No, you're not level 8. You're Gliska. What are you doing? What did you... Oh, did you flip on the debris, maybe? Oh, hello. Sorry, Longbow. Did not realise until way too late. And then it was hope for the best. Now we are at a little bit of an awkward juncture. Because we're stuck on our own. We have no one to work with. I think we would catch the leaders eventually. From what I remember of how the catch-up mechanics work. But it's not going to matter, because this pack we will eventually join one way or another. It's not been great joining it, but we will now catch the tail end of some slipstream, and all is good. Right. Slingshot past you. We'll get into the draft of Lado. Yeah, that'll work. Slingshot up to the side. Slightly fallen out of the draft now, but... Oh, wow, that actually... I'm so... Well, we actually caused complete chaos. I'm so used to... When you bump the back of someone in these, you climb over them rather than anything bad happening to them. I wasn't expecting that, to push the car sideways. No, I mean, vehicles that are lost out will inevitably be up with us shortly. Because, I mean, they're in that group. That's a terrifying sight to look back. Just to see the group of Hummers coming towards you is... It's the fact that you can see the group of Hummers coming towards you and you know what's about to happen. Ewan's having a very bad day down there. It's still a big... just a big crash. This track actually does... I saw somebody said in chat somewhere, in the first race, it had the pinball sound effect whenever cars start bouncing around. This does kind of remind me a little bit of the old pinball mod on Wreckfest. Like, with the way the crashes end up going, it does kind of remind me of that mod. Oh, that might have been my fault. I tried to go through a gap that there was just about the space there, but I slightly tipped into Valentine to try and make the gap, not expecting Valentine to manage to bounce off the wall, insta-roll and insta-explode, and now we have fallen over anyway. Oh, go, 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 go! Oh, this is going to be bad. Yeah, we're out of it. Unfortunately, this close to the finish line, we would need a miracle, I think. Okay. Where Mute is positioned might just save us. Because what we can do is we can draft off the back of Mute. Oh, Drake gets stuck. And then my hope is, if we can keep slingshotting our way forward from group to group, we could do it. I think Crane's going to be too far away. Yeah, we've just stalled out at a critical juncture. It might not quite be over yet. Might not quite be over yet. Oh, Kevlar with a massive roll off of the wall. I'm trying to, like, steal any slipstream we can. Big accident up ahead is not great. Oh, there was a gap we were trying to aim for, but it wasn't a big enough gap, and I didn't have the grip to make it. No, now we are done. Now we are done. Oh, Liam's had a bad run as well through all of that. Bugger. We might be fighting for a top 10. That's something. And we might be able to... Question is... Oh, that is a tremendous accident for Ewan! No. And that was the question mark of where is the vehicle going to bounce and how am I going to deal with it. And me and Drake were just stuck suddenly with a Ewan. Ewan was stuck to one side and then last second came across the track and I couldn't get that to change direction quick enough. Drake sneaks home in 8th. We have to set off in 9th. Childish will take victory. Ninetales is second ahead of level 8. Shadow is 4th ahead of Lado. Lancaster is 6th ahead of Big G. Drake, I will finish 9th, and Liam will end up 10th. Unlucky for Ewan, down in 11th on that. Right at the end, something went wrong. I'm going to presume bounced a wall, hit a wall or something. Oh. And there we go. Well done, Childish, for the victory on that one. Who got fastest? No, didn't get fastest lap, did we? Because I just realised how close it was at the top. Jeez, that was quite close. In fact, between the whole top 4, it was very, very close indeed. A little bit of a gap back to Lado from all of that. Drake, thank you for the donation, saying Alex was in place for the most amazing sight as Drake got some air with a thrilling flight as chaos abound and racers did hound. These two made chat enjoy themselves this night. Nicely done. Nicely done. P.S. Do I earn stunt of the day? I'll tell you what, there have been quite a few good stunts of the day. Yours is definitely up there. It wasn't the most spectacular in terms of twisting and flipping and rolling and looping, but it was just such an elegant, weird twist in the air and just land perfectly straight. You're definitely in contention. I think there have been many big crashes, perhaps bigger crashes in terms of flips and twists, but it was just the surreal nature of your flight that I think might take it slightly. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Well, I mean, I have enjoyed this evening's racing on GTA 5. There's been some serious, there's been some very good racing going on. There's been some very silly racing going on. I got a victory on straight line. Always happy to get a victory on the good old straight line circuit. Yeah, had some consistency, which is always nice in those. Yeah, ran fairly well. Yeah, I've enjoyed. It's been nice getting. It'd be nice to get back to GTA. I know I play GTA a lot, but having had a couple of weeks of not streaming GTA has been fun. Playing around with some more multiplayer on here. I hope you have all enjoyed this one. It is unfortunately that time though where the stream is going to come to an end. That was a very weird way of saying it, but never mind. Yes, I shall be ending this here. I hope you have all had a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, of course, depending on where you are in the world. But that is going to be it from me. Of course, a very, very big thank you to everybody who has donated today. I think I read all of them out. I apologise if I did miss any along the way. But yeah, thank you very much. It is greatly, as ever, it is greatly appreciated indeed. And of course, thank you all very much for watching. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.